Am I on, Marv? Hello, everyone! Welcome to another episode of That One Piece Talk. My name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel.
Sam.
And this is That One Piece Talk, where we talk One Piece. Woo! Let's go!
Whole squad in here, man.
Yeah, man. We got the whole squad. We lit! Woo! Yo, I'm so hyped to be back, man. And yo, we got the whole crew for the new intro. Yo, I've been cooking up this intro for mad long, bro.
Word.
Mad long. So shout out to the person that helped me. I forgot his name. I will put him in the video description below.
Absolutely terrible.
Yeah, and shout out to Israel for the beat as well. Listen, man. Yo, you guys liking the new intro or not?
I'm asking in the chat.
I need, even the people that are not live and are going to watch this later. Do y'all love the intro? If so, please write 1 out of 10 within the comments or just overall vote in the poll that Sebastian's about to put out. But if you look very closely, there's a lot of Easter eggs in the intro. And most importantly, the person who starts off the intro is actually our boy Shin, who passed away. He loved the DDTs, and if you look closely, he's actually hosting one of the DDTs.
Yeah.
It says Davies Dark Tournament, so shout out to Seb, because it's never coming back.
It's coming back. It's coming back, man.
But the intro is so dope. It took a lot of time, and I hope you guys enjoy it. That's going to be the intro starting now. This is going to be for the new year. I was hoping to get it by January, but it just didn't come out. But yeah, man. Oh, so just real quick, because we're going to speak a lot, and there's a lot to talk about. What did you guys think about the new intro when you first saw it? When I first sent it to the group chat, and I was like, yo, peep it. What did you guys think?
When I was shocked, because I remember you talking about this, honestly, when we did the anime watch for, I think, Wanted.
Mm-hmm.
I remember you bringing up that, talking about the intro and just, just getting ideas and just saying what's your piece on it. So when
because when you guys were by my house.
Yes.
And I cooked tacos for us.
Yeah.
I legitimately was like, yo, this is the idea I have. Mm-hmm. These are the transitions I have. And this is basically the whole thing that I'm thinking about. So I wrote it bit for bit, and then I just told the dude to animate it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when I saw him, oh, this is what I was talking about. I was like, it's actually here. I was like, yo, I was hyped. Honestly, I was.
Yo, I was so hyped.
So yeah.
All right. What about you, Law, Sebastian?
I guess I'll go. Honestly, I was hyped at first. I was like, oh, it's finally here. Mm-hmm. And honestly, I wanted more. I was like, dang, I wish this was longer. Yo, I was like, I want more.
I wanted 1 minute and 30 seconds. Yeah. But it would have costed $9K.
Oh my goodness.
Wow. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, I'm good.
No, but honestly, it's dope. It's fire. Yeah. It's interesting, and it's hyped, and then it's dope. I think the fans are loving it as well, and I appreciate it, bro. All the hard work you put into it, bro. It's dope.
Yeah, yo, listen, bro. I'm not gonna front. Out of all 4 of us that are in the video, I think Lionel looks the coolest.
Yeah, that's gonna be the next fool.
Yo,
that's gonna be the next fool.
I literally was like, damn, he look cool. Yo. I was like, yo, I look mad whack compared to Lionel. Come on, yo. If you peep Lionel's character, he looks dope. And then he does the Conqueror's Hockey Slash at the end. Yeah. And I was like, yo, where's our Conqueror's Hockey?
I know.
I was low-key tight because I realized all of y'all are Conqueror's Hockey.
I was saying the same thing.
And I'm not. And I was like, yo, hold on now. hold on now. I didn't like that. But in general, I had seen the storyboard that you created before.
Yeah.
So it wasn't the first time I was seeing kind of all the stuff. But to see it come to fruition was so fire. And I didn't know who that dude was in the beginning, and then when you told me it was shit, I was like, oh my god, that's so perfect. I went back and watched it 20 times to see other Easter eggs. I don't know why Sabo was so in love with you, but okay.
His brother's alive, bro. What are you talking about?
Listen, bro. That's not Ace, bro. That's right. But I loved it, bro. I saved it to my phone. I saved it to my desktop and my laptop. I played it a bunch of times.
Yeah.
It was just really well done.
Yeah, it really was.
Congrats. Seriously, bro, applause, man.
Yeah.
It was really dope.
Thanks.
Shout out to Larry, man. It was Larry's vision came to light. I don't know who he reached out to make it.
Seriously.
I don't know how he forgot the name.
Let me just do it now.
Terrible, bro.
He did an excellent job,
I'm bad,
too.
bro. I'm bad, bro. All right, his name is 𝙏𝙚𝙪𝙢𝙗𝙪. He's a artist that worked with like Jamie Uwu. I searched up one of her video descriptions and found him in the video description, and then I just asked him if he could do it for us. But yo, it came out great, man. So I hope you guys love it. But anyway, gentlemen, it is episode 190. We're 10 episodes away from episode 200. And this episode, we will be diving into the officially released One Piece chapter 1139. So, listen, we back, man. So, we'll be taking calls if we could get to them. We'll be reviewing your super chats. Listen, we're going to read them organically. So, if we do not get to your super chat immediately, please just wait on us. Have some patience, and I will definitely read. Well, Sebastian will read them out. All right? But if you can't super chat, please do not worry about it. You don't need to send us any bread. You can just support us by liking the video. And if you're listening on Spotify or Apple Podcasts, then you could just give us 5 stars and leave a nice comment. That helps us out a lot too. Also, when it comes to sending us things to open up on stream, you can find that in the video description below. All right? I did not forget about the 𝙏𝙗𝙪𝙢 cosplays. Okay? I'm still working on the 𝙏𝙗𝙪𝙢 wigs being made because I can't make them myself. So I have to find somebody in order to make them. We also didn't forget that y'all gotta glaze and slander some folks, bro. Yeah. We reached those super chat goals, so y'all doing it. Mm-hmm. All right, y'all both here today.
I don't glaze anybody.
I think it should be, y'all come next episode because there's no chapter next year.
Prepare.
Next week. So I think y'all should start preparing, bro.
I may not remember to do so. And on some all realness, I may not remember.
We'll remind you.
Yeah, I will text the group chat every day. Every day.
Take time.
So there's no excuses, Lawrence. Okay? But anyway, so guys, thank you so much for supporting Sebastian and Lawrence last week when me and Lionel were out. I watched the episode, and it was a lot of fun. I can't say enough, like, how I think I laughed more than a couple times, but I tried to, like, come in when I could. So, PR was fun. I can't lie.
What's up, man?
I was pretty upset coming back.
It's cold, bro.
Yo, it's cold.
It's so cold.
I was in 90-degree weather with my little shawty on the beach.
With fine, you know what I'm saying?
Yo, and it was nice. So, hate to be back.
Well, it's good to have you back.
Yeah,
welcome back, bro.
Yo, I missed Lawrence, bro. I told him when I came into the room. I was like, I just missed you, bro.
I thought of
I missed your musk.
Say it back.
That's so weird. After this is all over, I think we should get an apartment together.
We share bunk beds.
Yo, bro.
Lionel's not your twin no more. We got the same name.
Take a few plays off.
All right. So, Seb, let's say what's up to chat. Let's read some super chats, and by 6:20, we're gonna jump straight into the chapter.
Yeah, man. A lot of people in chat. Hit that like button if you haven't already. There's over 460 people in here, but only 160 likes. Hit that like button. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. But I see Rick Tudon. I see Missing, Austin Hart, Cyborg Frankie, RS Runner, Young Lou, Twilight Straw Hat, Ethan Keller, Israel Fressy, Nika Dakota, B, Carlos Christopher, Ethan Keller, Emilio, Sid Nakama, Selec Forn? I don't know what that is. Toby's in here, Charlie G, Savage J.
You said Mugi Watamami?
I was about to.
Oh, my bad.
Mugi Watamami.
Yo, Fexer.
Pillage. Is Fexer here?
Yeah, Fexer's in here.
Yo,
Fexer lost a Super Bowl bet, and he had to say how great Shanks was.
Yeah?
He wasn't a rat.
Oh, man.
And he's stronger than Mihawk.
How did I miss this?
Because of hockey.
How did I miss that?
And then he, like, put a filter on where it's like a shank scar.
Oh, no.
And he has red hair. It was gold, bro.
That's crazy.
I saved it and everything so I could watch it.
Yo, please send me that.
Yeah, I'm gonna send it to you.
Send me the link so I can support.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we gotta support, bro.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
But there's a bunch of people in here. Hit that like button if you haven't already. It does help with the YouTube algorithm. And leave comments.
Yeah, thank you guys. All right, let's get these super chats, and then at 6:20 we're jumping into the chapter. Also, I do have my huge all-connecting theory about chapter 1138's mural. And I promise you, I think you're going to want to stick around for what I got to say, because I came up with stuff and I was blowing my mind, bro. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And I'm going to hold myself to that standard of trying to blow your mind, because I put in mad work today and putting it all together, and I spent like all day.
Why are you putting all this on it, bro?
Yo, because I'm great. And I'm going to give you greatness.
I hope so.
And if it's trash,
I'm going to let you know.
Just throw a bunch of tomatoes in the live chat. Yeah, I'm all right with both.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. We did get a Nakama join the ship in Mr. Magpie. So welcome, Magpie. Enjoy all the emojis that come with being a Nakama. We did get another $10 from Roberto Figueredo. It says, "Good evening, everybody. Seb, I have a question for you about 𝙃𝐻. If his mom was at the fight between him and 𝙃𝙚, do you think he would have won? Hashtag Gaban is a true mountain eater," with a smiley face. Well, fortunately for you, Roberto, we've all read 𝙃𝐻 to that point at least.
Yeah, we have.
So.
And the answer is no.
Yeah, I was going to say that.
Yo, nah, bro.
Say that, bro.
He may have lost sooner.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro.
He would have saw his mom crying and he was like,
𝙃𝐻 had no real answer for that corkscrew, bro.
yeah.
He didn't.
And his mom wasn't helping with that at all. So. Yeah, nah.
I remember when he got hit with it, I was like...
Good times, bro. Good times. Spoilers for the 𝙃𝐻.
Yeah.
Yeah, yo, he won.
Another 20 from Brooke the Celestial Dragon something. It says, "So, how would you feel that... Hold on. So how would you feel that after we find... this is just hard to read this. After we find the One Piece and after the story ends, we go to a place where Mihawk scarred Zoro, and that's where they fight. And as the sky splits, we get the end instead of to be continued." Okay, so my bad for butchering your super chat.
Sebastian wants this to happen.
Yes, I've said it for the longest time that Mihawk versus Zoro could never like live up to the expectations. I would end the series with that. So serious, I would. With Luffy looking on with either Buggy or Shanks or something. Maybe they place a wager. Maybe Luffy puts his hat on Shanks' little baby kid with Makino. I don't know. But I don't think you can get a Mihawk versus Zoro that lives up to the expectations for 20 plus years.
I'm gonna keep it a buck, bro. This is your inner Blackbeard speaking.
Is it?
Because you're so used to off-paneled fights that are supposed to be greatness that you think that's okay.
Want me to say why?
It's not so much that it's I think it's okay. I legitimately, it's not my one big knock, but one of my knocks on Oda as a mangaka is his choreography. I don't believe that he could draw this fight well.
I don't care.
I'm not even playing.
I don't care.
Well, he better,
don't.
Bang swords ugly, bro.
I don't.
Pause. I don't care. Just show me the fight and who wins.
well, the fight with
what?
The fight with Zoro and Albert was fine. Was fire.
In the anime,
No, it
was much better animated than it was in the manga.
Oda's just gonna have to be better, bro. Like he gonna have to will it out there. And also too, going by that thing, if that happens, Sebastian, Zoro did not become a world's greatest swordsman. You're ending the show. No, you're ending the show with him. Oh, I just split the sky with you. He didn't achieve his dream.
We know he's going to though.
Why are you slandering Oda? Like from RIP, the show just started.
I'm keeping it real. These are my feelings. I can't feel my
cares
feelings.
about your feelings.
I can't
You're
feel
a man,
my feelings.
All right.
Oh my god.
Eat that up.
Listen, I
Suffer
hope I'm
in
wrong.
silence, bro.
I hope I'm wrong, and Oda wows me with the choreography of Zoro versus Mihawk. But I don't have high expectations for that fight.
But usually Zoro's fights are on point in the anime. And manga to a degree.
Manga be alright.
So you thought Mr. One versus Zoro was
I thought that was great. That was over 1,000 chapters ago, bro. You get what I'm saying?
What about Zoro versus Kaku at Enies Lobby?
I didn't think it was all that.
What about Zoro versus Ryuma?
I didn't think it was all that either. I didn't think it was all that in the anime either, personally.
I mean, I believe that Oda missed a big opportunity there with the whole Ryuma and not putting Zoro's shadow in Ryuma's body and having Zoro fight himself as Ryuma's, like, with, you know what I'm saying? I feel like that would have been more interesting than it being Brook. But time-wise, he already had, you know, Ryuma's body and he wanted to utilize it. But I feel like you could have wrote it away where you got Zoro's shadow in Ryuma's, you know, which would have been dope to me. You know what I'm saying?
Hey man. All right, we did get a couple really big super chats, so I want to get those out of the way before we move on.
What is wrong with y'all? Yo, Trent, I saw you, man. Yo, and you doing it again, bro. Trent, bro. Jesus.
Yeah, we got $100 super chat from Young Bull Trent. Oh man, he's so generous with these.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, you're a GOAT, bro. Thank you.
Trent says, yo, what's up, guys? Ready for a great review and discussion. Glad to have the whole gang back, and I'm still waiting for Law to say how much he loves Marco and the hatred Lionel has for Odin. Won't be able to watch everything. I will be on a Raw. Stay blessed.
You stay more blessed, bro.
One, I don't have to say I love Marco. I just gotta hype him up.
You gotta glaze him more.
Yeah, you gotta glaze.
You gotta glaze him.
It's happening next week, guys. Yeah. It has to happen. You can't go back on y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I feel coerced into this.
Yeah, you were definitely coerced.
Yeah, for sure.
We have that on.
You're
camera.
a part of this, bro. Y'all gotta suffer the same way I did and Sebastian did.
No. Trent continued with hashtag topped on top and hashtag Larry Tax. So thank you, Trent.
Thank you, Trent. Thank
you. I can't wait to hear Lawrence Glaze Marco.
It's gonna be
Actually,
great.
I really don't.
It's gonna be so
funny. Yeah,
seriously.
You know it's gonna be as bad as Sebastian Glaze and Sabo. I guarantee.
It's gonna be worse. It's gonna be
It
worse.
might be worse.
Because Lawrence dislikes Marco more than I dislike Sabo.
No, that's not true.
It's true.
That's not true.
It's true.
I've
never argued anybody down about Sabo the way you've argued me down about Marco. Ever. Ever.
See, the thing is, you don't like Sabo as a character. I hate the hype that Marco gets that he doesn't deserve.
Well, you're gonna have to provide that. Is my point.
You're
gonna be living in that space.
I can't wait
in the slightest. Bro.
I can't wait, bro.
In the slightest, he does not live up to it, and it's not there. They making stuff up.
Yo, you're gonna have to make some
stuff.
How long is it? It's 5 minutes.
It's 5
That
minutes.
is too long.
That is long.
Me and Larry did it, bro.
Yeah.
Anyway, we get another $100 Canadian
Lennon, bro.
from Lennon Chase.
Lennon, bro. What's up, man?
Insane.
Yo,
it says.
Virtual hug, man.
Oh, man. It's going to get us triggered, bro.
Thank you.
Hey, guys. Looking forward to the review. But I had an argument with a buddy of mine. He said that Blackbeard could beat any first commanders. But looking at stats, I believe Katakuri has a chance and King wins high diff. What are your thoughts on King versus Blackbeard? Oh, God. Well, thank you so much, Lennon, for your very generous super chat.
Listen, man. Cat got that to me, man. King, though?
I think King got a shot.
The Quake could definitely go through his defenses.
Y'all know how I feel, bro.
So. I'm going to keep it a buck.
It should.
Yeah. It should.
Does it penetrate on the inside?
Yeah.
The Quake?
Yeah.
Because I know he did it when he grabbed Whitebeard's head, but that was because his head was like inside the Quake.
Yeah.
But like, if you're just punching it.
But he's not going to get taken out like with one Quake.
I don't think so. No, I don't think so.
Like,
he's pretty durable.
King is more durable than Blackbeard, and Blackbeard took a Quake to the face and was chilling.
Yeah.
But
chilling.
Yeah, he was.
I wouldn't say he was chilling.
But
he was terrified at the moment. You know what I mean?
But I was also going to correlate to pretty much what took out King versus what the Quake is producing power wise. Because what took out King was Advanced Conquerors and Hockey Arming Attack.
Right.
And it wasn't one.
It was like at least 2 or 3.
Listen, bro.
So is the Quake equivalent to that? Like how many Quakes equivalent to one of those at least?
How many licks does it take to get to the center of a Tootsie Top? Ah, damn, I messed it up.
Are you hitting on him?
Why would you use that one?
Listen, bro. These are the age
That was
questions.
a curious thought, bro.
But also, too, I feel like I'm gonna get a lot of heat for this, but it's just a question. Who do you guys think is more adorable? Akainu or Albert?
Albert.
Right? I would say Albert.
Yeah.
Because he took, granted, it is old man Whitebeard, so we have to, like, preface it with that. But he took a full-on, like, old age haymaker from Whitebeard, right? And then another one.
Blackbeard ain't grabbing nobody up like that and throwing them in the air. That's all I'm saying.
Well, that only happened in the anime. that only happened in the anime. Y'all gotta stop using the anime.
He was just like,
he was like, and he just
when he left, you see him just waiting. He's just like,
I'm gonna let gravity do most of it.
Using anime only moments to slander my guy, bro.
Don't be getting thrown in the air, bro. That's disrespectful, bro.
That's not what
And
happened.
it was only okay because Whitebeard did it.
That's not what happened.
You get it done by Blackbeard. It's terrible.
It's not what happened, bro.
It's extreme div. But yo, we ready for these?
Wait, so did y'all all give y'all takes? I got Blackbeard versus either of them. I'm gonna go high diff. Y'all, you said
Blackbeard versus King. I got King. No, I got Blackbeard extreme div, but I got Cat winning extreme div.
I think both of those fights are extreme diff for Blackbeard, and they can go either or. For Blackbeard versus Cat, I'm leaning towards Cat. And honestly, I'm leaning towards...
It makes you want to lean towards King.
Yeah, it does.
It does, bro. It does.
It does. I'm gonna choose what you did. I'm gonna do... No, I'm going both commanders, straight up.
All right.
I'll take the heat.
I agree with everything you said, but I'm just gonna say Blackbeard for both for now. But I don't like extreme diff and Blackbeard could lose. Like honestly, he could lose.
Okay,
like, he's on that.
That's fair to
line,
say.
But I'm gonna just say
that's fair
Blackbeard
to
for
say.
now.
That's
Thank you,
That's not
Lionel.
bad. All right, guys, ready for the chapter?
Yeah.
All right,
Well,
guys.
I thought you were doing your thing.
No, I was thinking about doing it after this chapter.
Okay, all right.
Yeah, because that's gonna take a little bit.
Okay.
All right, guys, like the video if you haven't liked the video. The super chats that you did send, we are going to read them, but we're going to read them after each section of the chapter that we break down. So please be patient with us. I know you guys want us to read it. We will read it. There will never be a super chat that's not read, okay? But I want to hit this chapter. That way we can reach phone calls at the end of the show. All right? Y'all ready?
Yeah.
All right, let's get it. Today's chapter is titled Mountain Eater. We are right back in with Yamato's pilgrimage for the cover story. The caption at the bottom reads, "We captured a rebellious duo." The cover story shows Who's Who unsheathing the sword taken from Yamato's possession while she slept. His crewmates encourage him in the background as two silhouetted figures lay at his feet. Do you guys have any thoughts about the cover story this week? Starting with Seb.
Oh, we starting with me? Okay.
Yeah, man.
Okay,
I feel like
all
we
right.
never start with you.
All right,
Yeah,
that's why I was doing
Yeah.
my thing. Anyway, all right, so I think the two people laying at the feet of Who's Who is Page One and Ulti.
Yeah.
Agreed.
And
agreed.
I
Yeah.
think probably most of y'all will agree to that.
Did Lawrence agree?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Imagine he was like, no.
I think it goes back to I think
I thought it was Yamato and Otama.
and it goes back to I believe it was Lionel's theory, at least on this pod, or the first person to say it on this pod, was that Yamato would gather up like all the Toby Roppo
Yeah.
and add them to her as retainers. Was that you? I don't remember if it was you or not.
No, I said that pretty much. You know how Odin did his whole
Yeah.
run around and grab the 9 scabbards. I thought, I didn't say who specifically, but I thought Yamato might do something similar what Odin did.
Yeah.
That's my thoughts.
So to me, I do think it's Page One and Ulti. I think Yamato will end up saving them because they have some sort of checkered past with her. It's been theorized by me and others that their father is actually Hanafuda, the dude who some of us believe used to be the supplier of Kaido's ancient Zoan army and that former warlord that Ace beat. So when Oda's creating all these characters, he kind of likes to go down a path. So if Ace defeated Hanafuda, who was the father of Ulti and Page One, and like Ace and Yamato have this connection, it's possible that even at Yamato's inception, Ulti and Page One were supposed to be a part of that. So I kind of always like that. They're also extremely loyal to Kaido. I think more so than even Who's Who and Sasaki and them were. They were like former pirate captains. They kind of always wanted to be beast pirates and stole Devil Fruits with the intention of joining. That's a little deeper of a connection than just like, oh, I lost this fight, I respect this guy. So it's possible that they have some level of respect for Yamato as his daughter to, bend the knee or look at her in that same light that they looked at as Kaido. So I think it's dope. I think it'll be cool. I think the cover story's starting to pick up a little bit because I'll be excited to see Ulti in page 1.
Yeah,
I will. I always liked them too.
Yeah,
they weren't they weren't like super strong, but they're pretty strong. And to me, like, I've always talked about the need for a Yamato to be at Wano. She needs this kind of bump in like forces on her side because, as we saw when Green Bull pulled up, like the scavengers aren't enough. That is not. And I'm not saying that Ulti and Page 1 are like heavy hitters in that light, but you need more people that can bang if you want to defend Wano. Like, it can't just be Yamato and the scavengers.
Yeah.
You need some more. So like her getting the rest of them would be a good shout. Maybe it's not all of them, but even if it's just Ulti and Page 1, she kind of needs the reinforcements in numbers. So I like it. I like it as a development. I'm curious to see if Who's Who ends up falling in line with that. I don't really see that, but we'll see.
All right, Law.
Honestly, didn't really have much here. Only because I don't know, because Huso was not even a sword wielder, so I don't know why you want the sword so much. Why is it so significant for you to have this blade? What does it mean for Wano or for you? Because the whole fight we saw him with Jimmy, he didn't use the sword once, And who was your kidnapped? I actually had no idea when you just said Who's Who. I mean, when you said Page 1 and Ulti, I was like, oh, that's actually a good thought. Cause I had no
I said lying on the pod.
I said I agree.
He literally paused me to ask if you also agreed and went, yeah, that's what I thought too.
No, I said I said I agreed. I never said I thought it was beforehand. I said I agreed. Yeah, that's
you got it, bro.
You got it, bro.
You got it, man.
I said I agree.
Also, he
Believe
did
in
technically have a sword. When he fought Jinbei, he just unsheathed it and it was just a little dagger.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe he just was looking for a bigger sword this whole time, bro. I don't know.
Maybe. But no, that's all I really had.
All right, Lionel.
I would say a little pushback on that, Lawrence. He was trained in the CP9, which they train, like all of them, just the Marines, they all train in swords and hand-to-hand combat. Whether you choose to wield a sword or not, that's up to you. Like, Garp was obviously trained in swords, but he's just like, all right, I don't need that. Like,
No.
Yeah, but it doesn't make you a sword user. Like you use the
now
guard.
we going to who wields swords and who's a sword user, Lawrence.
No, because like
And into that combo.
if you choose, you're trained. If you're not choosing not to fight with a sword, it's not your special.
Oh,
It's
my
not the- But yeah, go ahead.
But I didn't really have anything either. Like, I just didn't. I'm just gonna,
All right, bro. Who's fit is heat, bro.
Yo.
Did y'all mention it? Because I
No, I
watched the
didn't.
pod and y'all didn't mention it.
I didn't.
Yo, this is a top 5 fit in Wano of all time. The dude is luxurious, bro. Like, the mask, the long pink hair. It looked like his hair got longer. He has the open kimono showing the tat. Then he got, like, the kimono patterns and the sword while smoking a joint. These are good character designs. I was like, yo, if they made a one-piece fighting game, yo, throw away the suit. Give me that to fight people with.
You like this better than the suit?
Hell yeah.
I like the suit. I just didn't realize. I didn't like
Bruh.
it when it was red.
Bruh.
That was my one issue with
I
it.
don't care what color it could have been. That is fire, bro. Like, he legit looks cool as hell. Oh, man, I loved it, bro. But anyway, like y'all said, it's Page 1 and Ulti. I agree. I don't doubt it at all. My thing is, like, as for why they have been rebellious towards Who's Who, might be because they just don't have respect for him, right? Like Sebastian said, they respect Kaido. Like, that's my boy. Like, no matter how much crap we talked to him, Kaido was that guy. We followed him. That was it. Anybody else that had issues with us, we was probably banging out with you. And that's okay, because that's basically what their crew was all about. So I respect it. But I'm more interested in who the hell took him down.
Word, yeah, seriously.
Who?
Well, it's Wano. So, hear me out.
Who Yamato level?
Hear me out.
Because that's who Ulti was banging
Hear me
with.
out.
Who Big Mom level? Because
Yeah.
that's who Ulti was banging. I'm not saying she Big Mom level.
Chill
But
out.
I'm saying that, yo, nobody else could have took her
No,
out
you-
besides King, Queen, or probably Jack.
But this is why I said, remember, this is Wano. It's like the stop. They mined Sea Stone here.
Yeah.
So if you catch either of them lacking or trick either, you know what I mean? If you trick them, you can manipulate. You can get them. You know what I'm saying?
Who willing to do that, bro?
People loyal to who's who.
Like page 1 only got taken out because Big Mom decided to use Conqueror's coding on him.
Yeah.
Like,
I mean, we also saw him get knocked out by Luffy shortly before that with like a Gear 3. I mean, it's not like
he ain't really get knocked out though.
He was out of commission for a little bit.
He fought Sanji in the black suit
We didn't see the end of that.
and almost tore half of his body off. Apparently,
We didn't see
No,
that.
no, that was
that
King. That
was
was King. That was King. No, but they fought even though we didn't see it. Yo, Page 1 wasn't walking away with any battered, scar. He didn't have anything. He was straight.
No, I feel you. Page 1
So
they're,
it's like,
they're strong.
These two people in Wano right now, and Yamato didn't take him out. Who took him out?
No, I was thinking the same thing. When
Some
you said
dude with some sea stone, probably. I'm telling you.
that. It has to be because they're supposed to be the same like rank or level.
Yo,
of
but they
Usopp.
together all the time. So for one of them to get caught and the other one just not stall off, that's hard for me to digest, bro. I'm sorry, bro.
Especially with-
It's too easy to be like, sea stone cup somehow. Like, what?
And people who
Like,
are
that's what
following-
we just do?
This is
following
One
too,
Piece,
but
bro.
following Husu, like Husu got nobody under him. that's doing that. Nobody.
I guess what I'm trying to articulate is that if you know you can't beat two people with brawn, you can beat them with brain. And if you they're not so smart that you can't finesse them into some sea stone. You know what I mean? Like, to me anyway.
So that's just like, they were sleeping outside and like,
Yo!
and like, who's who used a cat and the cat put sea stone on him.
Yeah, it's not. None of that is outside of the possibility. Is what I'm
going
saying.
through a relationship, I can kind of see like how Uchi's like jumping on Page 1 and she's like, "Yo, get off me!" and she's like being annoying and stuff like that. She causes Page 1 to get hurt.
Sea stone
Like, that's
net.
a distraction.
Sea stone net. That's all you need.
Like the two, like their relationship causes a distraction where you kind of off guard. I do say that.
I get it, but that's weak writing. I'm not gonna sit there and be like, you guys are so right.
It can be disappointing, but it's not. If you can't argue that it's like not, it's logical.
If I find out that happened in this cover story, we just won't do the cover story. the rest of the covers, we're done.
You can't be
bro.
facts,
I'm not doing that, bro.
You can't be bad at facts,
I don't
bro.
want to read that, bro.
All right.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna go back into some super chats. If you didn't like the video yet, please like the video. But we're gonna get right back into the chapter after the super chats. So let's take 5 minutes.
Yeah. We did get another $100 super chat
It's over. Make that breathe.
from Roy Stokes, man.
Roy Stokes
Jesus.
dropping it hot, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Roy says, "Let's go another pod with the goats. Thanks for all that you guys do. Hashtag topped on top. Hashtag Larry has W takes.
Oh, thank you.
Hashtag like the stream."
Yo, Roy,
Thank
man,
you.
thank you so much,
Thank
bro. You always do so much for us too, man. And now you be competing with people, which makes it much worse. Because now you give way too much. But thank you so much,
Thank you.
man.
Yeah, man.
Thank you.
Seriously. Another 65 SEK, I'm not sure what that is, but thank you, from Ruined King. It says, "Can't wait for the day Seb is proven right about his take that Garling scarred Whitebeard and not Roger. Larry better not switch up. Hashtag Seb for president."
Sebastian was wrong this chapter, so
Word.
I guess we gonna keep
What was
counting
I wrong
the
about?
days that Sebastian has a
What
W.
was I wrong about?
We gonna get into it. Let's keep going.
Y'all about to be wrong about trying to say I'm wrong, because you gonna be wrong. And I got proof. Anyway, another 5 from Doug Missy. It says, "Saw a YouTube thumbnail Thursday with the last panel and who it was. I was so pissed. Weak F people who spoil that."
What?
Hashtag Larry Tax. Hashtag get up. Hashtag best pod. Hashtag like the stream. Hashtag sweat.
Swebby.
Swebby?
Swebby John!
Hashtag Marv. Sorry
Marv.
about you getting spoiled in YouTube thumbnail. We fought that battle a long time ago. More
Listen.
specifically, Larry did.
All
But,
you gotta do is just mute.
yeah.
Just mute. Just mute as much. Like, the channels that you adore, unfortunately, they're gonna do that. So just, mute them, bro. Or don't recommend on your YouTube.
Or crash out, bro.
Or you can crash out in the comments. Don't do that.
We got another 2 BGN. I'm not sure what that is, but thank you. From Hassan Hassan. It says, "How long each Straw Hat pirate survives in a boiling pot?"
Brooke forever. He got nothing to boil. He just bones. Yo. I'm not doing each straw hat, but Brooke is my answer. Longest one.
Because it's mostly going up by tough skin. Like, unless you're putting hot, as he sees stone handcuffed and not using hockey.
How long do you have to boil bones for them to wither away? Like I don't know what the answer to that is.
It also might even be Sanji. He's enhanced.
Yeah.
I was gonna
He's
say
able
Luffy.
to take. He's able to take.
Luffy's
what was
gonna
it?
get eaten up. What are you talking about?
He's able to take. I think through, what was it? Through his 𝙃𝙀𝙪, he's able to take that intense heat.
They all survive in a pretty long while, except like Usopp, bro.
And Nami, no.
Yeah. Another 5.
And Robin, what?
And Chopper, not Chopper either. He doesn't do good in the desert.
He doesn't do heat.
I'm sure you didn't say Jinbei, bro.
People eat boiled fish a lot.
That's crazy.
That is wild.
He's a shark. Okay.
You can boil some shark, bro.
He's a whale shark. Actually,
You can boil some whale too. We got another 5 from Luis Lopez. It says, if Shanks was not in Elbaf, Eustace Kid would still be annihilated.
That's some grade A haterade.
I mean, he's not wrong.
He's not getting annihilated.
It depends on who he's seeing. If Shamrock pull up, and, you know what I'm saying?
That would be
That's what I'm saying.
That is funny.
He start acting up. He's like,
red hair.
He thinks it shakes.
He's like, red hair. That pirate is my brother.
He just gets one
That
shot.
He get one shot by the whole family.
You must be mistaken. That is crazy.
Another 5 from Poda. It says, that was a goated intro. Here's my Larry tax and my TOPT tariff. Hashtag like the stream. Thank you.
Thank you. Bro.
Thank you.
We got another 2 from Rhett. It says, that intro is clean. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Another 2 from Franco Cervantes. It says, before we start, who cried more, Mahomes or Drake?
Mahomes.
Yeah, that Super Bowl was terrible, man.
Mahomes.
Definitely
Absolutely
Mahomes.
terrible. Especially as a Giants fan. That was tough to watch, bro.
Let's get one more, and then we'll go back to the chop.
And we got another €6 from Ben Lowry. It says, what's up, boys? Just popped in to say hello.
Hey,
Good
Ben.
chapter and no break next week. I think there is a break. I think hashtag Larry tax is late. Hashtag take the kids. Hashtag holy intro.
Take the
Hashtag
kids.
Shiki could still turn up. Hey, man.
That's crazy.
Yeah,
Hey,
that's
man.
good. Oh,
What?
get this last one.
Okay.
Actually.
We got another 5 from Big Mike. It says Larry and Lionel showing up like the Roger Pirates. Hashtag Larry tax. Hashtag burn scar, man. That's funny. That's so funny.
All right, guys, we're gonna get back to the super chats. If you haven't liked the video yet, please like the video. All right, let's get into the next part of the chapter. The chapter begins in Orist Castle. Zoro mentions they've been looking for this key for a minute now, and doubts they'll even find it in this humongous castle before sundown. Roto responds that only Chief Jarul or the elders might know where it is, not the guards. Luffy wonders if Old Sword Gramps will tell them. Roto knows Jarul would never give it to Luffy because freeing Loki is a terrible crime. Zoro reminds Luffy that they haven't decided to free Loki yet, and if Luffy playfully responds that Zoro is too strict. Nami tells everyone to look this way. Luffy wants to know what's up, and Roto gets nervous. It's the red carpet to the throne room. Nami notices the damage to the throne room. The ceiling is missing, and there are scars of battle everywhere. Then they notice this strange marking in the middle of the floor. Nami remarks, it looks like a magic circle out of a book. Roto mentions that this circle is used as a ritual for summoning demons in some country or another. Luffy gets scared and says, they call demons? Roto responds he doesn't know, but wants to know what it's doing here. Luffy takes a closer look and says to himself that he thinks he's seen something like this lately. Someone then calls out to Luffy. Everyone gets freaked out, and Roto asks if they're a demon. Nami says he's not. Roto thinks it's a lost soul that's come from the grave to haunt them. This figure says he's been hoping to meet Luffy. Roto freaks out even more and asks this person to show themselves. Then Roto panics further and wants to run away. Luffy warns Roto to wait and to stand still. Then we see this huge axe thrown and it passes right in front of Roto's face, only to hit the wall, causing heavy damage. Everyone falls off Roto. Luffy saves Nami and Roto apologizes for dropping them all. Nami says she's going to smack him. Then we see this old man with a long beard and long hair laughing with a Wano straw hat. He's labeled as a human and a former pirate living in Elbaf. His name is Mr. Ya. Roto recognizes him immediately and asks him, why is he here? Mr. Ya tells them that he felt some abnormal hockey coming from the castle earlier and it seems it left, but he's found them instead. He tells Luffy that he's heard stories about him, including how he took care of Kaido. He wants to go back to Wano to travel again. What did you guys think about the beginning of this chapter, starting with Law?
Okay. I really wish Oda would show us the battle that went down here 14 years ago.
Oh, now you're getting like...
Because the more and more we're seeing more that the battle, how far reaching it is, like this entire castle. It may have started in the throne room, but now we see the entire castle that got destroyed from it, you know? So now, hopefully we get like a Loki flashback, and he shows the battle through there, maybe, you know? Like something that, but at least we got to see, you keep hyping up this battle, Oda. I think we deserve to get it, you know what I'm saying? All right? And, okay. Yeah. So now I also believe that they talk about how the hole in the wall, right? I don't believe that's from the battle. I believe it's from Shamrock and Gunko.
Agreed.
Entering into it.
I thought the same thing.
Why the ceiling's missing? Not that, because showing how crazy the battle is. Like, oh, even the ceiling's missing. But I think it's just from that, because also too, and for all we know, I didn't think about it till later. This battle could also lasted days. We had Dory and Boggy that fought for hundreds of years or something like that, and we seeing other pirates or other people fighting for days or whatever. This battle could have lasted days, and then the 100 giant warriors came as well to fight Loki. So it could have been a long, extensive battle, right? So I think that's why it'll be interesting to actually watch it. Maybe just how it works. We don't get the whole battle, at least some of it. The stuff that I guess.
Like I always say, we don't want a piece. We want the whole load. You know what I'm saying?
Goodness.
Come on, man.
Yeah, right. And I think it's funny how Luffy doesn't remember where you've seen these circles before. Like you literally just seen, right? Crazy monsters appear for them on Egghead. In which you fought them. You know what I'm saying? It literally just happened days ago.
Yo, there was a lot happening, bro. You know what I'm saying? There was a lot happening on Egghead, bro.
This should be fresh in your mind. It is made me laugh.
I was in Gear 5 worrying about a lot. All right?
Bro,
we was running away.
I'm going to be honest.
Vegapunk's message was playing. I was talking to a robot.
If Luffy would have remembered where he saw this from, I would have been shocked.
I'd have been like, this is bad writing.
That's not Luffy.
Like, shit, I would have been like, this is bad writing.
That's not Luffy, bro.
Yeah, that's not Luffy.
That's not Luffy.
That's crazy.
Yeah, there was a lot happening, bro.
Because I even went back to it, and he's like, there's 5 of them this time, because Saturn came from it, 1, and then 4 more. You've seen it 5 times. This one is 6.
But the thing is, when the circles popped up, Luffy wasn't really looking at the circles.
That's true.
Bodies popped up, and it was like, oh, what are these giant monsters
Yeah.
I got to deal with?
No. It's crazy. But yeah. So what I was trying to get at is I think also too that the circle that they spawned from, the summonings thing, is actually only access to the higher levels of authority of the CDs, the Ancestral Dragons, right? So for example, when we had the elders on Elbaf arrive, right? You're able to sense their haki, right? And now we're hearing this one too. He even says abnormal haki you sense from that thing. I don't think it's the combined haki of both of them. I think it's just Shamrock. Like I said before, he's the commander and they're the Gorosei. So I think that summoning thing is linked to the authority figures, the higher ups of the CDs. So it'll be like commander level or commander of the God Knights, the elders, that level have that summoning technique or whatever they do. So,
I went in the same direction, but I have a different thought process.
Yeah, okay.
It's so funny. This has been how many times?
Yeah. And so I think that one, and also, I think also too we get a little link of not so much of comparison of hockeys of Shamrock and Shanks.
Yeah.
Right? Back on Wano, we have Jinbei, when he sent Shanks' hockey, he called it monstrous. Right? You can think of unnatural, something crazy, ridiculous, unnatural, right? And then you have here, abnormal hockey.
I think Jinbei said unnatural presence, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah?
Yeah. Because that was the panel where Lucci, Zoro, Kizaru, Luffy were all on the same page, right? And then Jinbei was like, yo, what's that unearthly presence?
So the one I went to is when...
Or is there another? Because I know Jinbei said it twice. One time he was holding Zoro.
So the first I was mentioning was when he sensed his Shanks one on Wano. Right?
Oh, never mind then.
But
I was thinking of Egghead.
Yeah,
about the Gorosei.
I didn't note that one down too about the Gorosei. So he mentioned preposterous for and that was when that giant bird one with Fullback.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. So he mentioned preposterous. So like we see getting these signs of like outrageous hockey or ridiculous hockey, like not unfathomable, but like close to those lines. Well, I'm linking that to like abnormal for Shamrock and monstrous for Shanks. Both of them kind of seem like unnatural or unreal type hockey, right? So I wonder if linking is if Shamrock is a conqueror. With that noted, how the Gorosei mentions preposterous, Shanks mentions monstrous, and Shamrock abnormal. The levels of it, right? And also too now, I wonder because now there's like theories or beliefs that these are like demon summons, right? But we know they're just the summonings of the Gorosei, right? So I wonder if like when these things disappear, does it only disappear when they go back, or is it a mark that's left there for a while and then something happens, and since they kind of work like in secret, they think, oh, a monster or a demon caused this because this marking here, you know, because it looks crazy. But ultimately, it was just like CD just working incognito. He appeared, did his thing, and then dipped off. No one knows about it. Yeah. But that mark is left, so they chalk it up to some type of supernatural thing. But it's really just we just moving around doing stuff and no one knows about it. So I thought that was really interesting, right? And I think that's all I have for now.
All right, Lano.
I actually don't have. Sorry, I don't have that much here. I just thought it was kind of funny because Lawrence kind of touched upon a couple of things I thought of. I thought it was kind of funny. Roto's reaction with the demons thing, and I actually thought of. It reminded me of Chopper and Throw the Bark a little bit. When Chopper started freaking out about when he even grabbed the cross, trying to do exorcist on one of the zombies. I thought of that moment honestly, but I just thought this whole scene was funny. Mostly, I was just going by impressive with this person's. I didn't get to look at it fully. I don't want to say. I don't know if it could reveal, but I just not reveal yet. But like his sensing their hockey because none of them actually mentioned about sensing it. Like Luffy and none of the other people sensed Shamrock's presence, but he did. So it was one of either like their lack of observation or they're just. Or he just had it on and he just sensed it or whatever. But like, because it makes what's the difference? Because he sensed Shanks's, like first he sensed Green Bull, you know, then he sensed Shanks's hockey later on. What makes a difference? How they didn't sense Shamrock hockey?
I have an answer.
You think?
Yeah, I have an answer.
Really?
Yeah. Well, not so much an answer, but more of a theory, I guess.
Yeah, we might have the same theory then. But keep going.
No, I'm going to cut it short then because I don't have much here. Like,
okay.
Well, I was gonna leave that part of my stuff for later. So if you reveal it now, cool. But
well, I mean, we all know who it is. I think the second part of the chapter that we're gonna get into, we could start saying his name. Yeah. So we'll just call him Mr. Yao for now.
Okay, I gotta like edit my notes here. Yeah. But alright.
Because next chapter we clearly know because the silhouette of people.
Right. Yeah. So the castle itself reminds me of the Smash Bros. Temple map. I don't know if y'all remember.
Oh, what? Yes. The true fights were in that little pocket.
That little box.
That little box in the Smash.
And in my mind, I was like, I know this is all inside the castle.
That's where Loki and King Hero was fighting. They're throwing Pokeballs and stuff.
I was like, bruh, I used to get my ass beat in that little box. Bro. Yeah. It was terrible. I think Roto being here is actually a nice touch to the dynamic of the group because for once,
he's a dork.
Nami's not the scaredest person here.
Yeah.
It's this dude who's bigger than everybody. I think it's funny. He's really knowledgeable about goings on, but still somehow ignorant. You know what I mean? And he's more scared than Nami. Like, I think that's funny. The other countries that they were talking about is likely referring to other people we've seen try to use summoning circles. So that, I believe it was Brook. I couldn't remember what the island is called.
I'll tell you right now. Okay. Yeah, I have it. Give me a second. It's called Harahatanya on Namakura Island.
Okay, yeah. So I immediately thought back to that. Like, if
I butchered that, my bad.
Sorry. If they're talking about these things, but my mind went to like, could the Gorosei be from one of those countries? If like maybe this is like something that they have from way back.
We didn't go the same route. Okay.
That wasn't it.
Oh, okay.
Nah. Mine's more to the
Okay.
So the summoning circles tells me that they're still being here. Tells me there's gonna be another summoning, and I assume that is going to be the third Holy Night that Gunko and Shamrock were referring to in the end of last chapter, where they were like, "We need another one." Who? So like, how would they get here? They probably getting called through this semicircle. I mean, the summoning circle. So I'm excited to see how that'll go, because it'll be a more direct conflict between potentially Luffy, Zoro, Nami, Hiroto, Mr. Ya, and whoever that person ends up being. So I'm pretty hyped for that. Mr. Ya's intro was funny to me. I won't get into specifics of exactly why, I guess, but him calling out to Luffy in that moment, like, and them thinking it was like a demon or something, I thought that was funny as hell.
Yeah,
I was like, he's freaking out. Oh, man. But also, it did remind me of Rayleigh when Rayleigh had said that he's been wanting to meet Luffy.
Yeah.
So I thought that was cool. My other piece is more directly to who the reveal is, so I'll save that for later.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'll leave the other piece there.
All right. You know what it reminded me of? When he started freaking out, it reminded me of the other guys when they were doing like the bad cop. And then Will Ferrell just started knocking off everything and like screaming in the guy's face, and then he tackled him at the end. Like, he was freaking out like that, bro.
I said good cop, bad cop. Oh, I thought you said bad cop, bad cop. I thought you came in really hot. I had to go even beyond that.
So, couple things I've noticed. One, I think that was the first time we got confirmation, correct me if my memory is lost, that there are giant elders. So do you guys think there's like a congress for Elbaf since King Harold's passing?
Probably.
Right?
But it's not the first time we've gotten elders. They've mentioned them before. Yarul and Gakul, yeah. But there being a council, like more of them.
Yeah.
To what we know, it was just those two back then. Probably was more then, and it's likely even more now because it's been years. And like I said, they don't have real leadership.
Exactly.
Right now. So there should be a council. Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking that would be kind of nice to see like a really nice big hall, and like all the giants are like sitting around, and then they just make decisions based on that. I was like, yo, I kind of want to see that. That's like kind of dope.
Yeah.
So the country Roto's most likely referring to, who uses ritual circles to summon demons, is like Sebastian said. They're called 𝙏𝙚𝙪𝙢𝙗 on Namakura Island within the Grand Line. It's the same island that Kuma sent Brook to during the events of Sabaody Archipelago, pre-time skip. The people of 𝙏𝙗𝙪𝙢 believed that their black magic worked when Brook appeared in the ritual circle. They could now get revenge on their enemies, the Long Arm tribe, which is funny, for everything they took from them. Once Brook said he had to get back to the crew, they wanted to offer him a sacrifice of blood, and he was like, nah, just show me panties. And then he stayed and got captured. So I think we have confirmation, and this is where I thought Sebastian and Lawrence was going with it. I think we just got confirmation that these so-called ritual circles are hockey-based. Hear me out. When we first saw this circle being used on Egghead, it was by Saint Saturn. During his teleportation, Kizaru, Luffy, Zoro, Lucci, and Jinbei all felt an unearthly presence. The circle was seen, and seemingly black hockey lightning was shooting out of it. Then the Gorosei asked Saint Saturn, who were at 𝐸𝐸𝐺𝐽a, to summon them to Egghead. After they're summoned, evidently, more black hockey lightning is being used again, causing everyone on the island to feel this presence. When 𝐸𝐸𝐻 releases the Joy Boy hockey knot, black lightning shoots out and knocks back all the Gorosei members through the ritual circle, and black hockey lightning is shown to accompany them back at 𝐸𝐸𝐺𝐽a. When Shamrock and Gunko are summoned with the ritual circle to Oris Castle, there's allegedly black lightning attached to it as well. So, hear me out even more. Now we have Mr. Ya, aka you know who, telling us that he felt some abnormal hockey coming from the castle before Luffy and company arrived, but it seems to have disappeared. The circle in the middle of the throne room is unused, so the hockey's gone. So I have a theory. I think Imu has found a way to infuse devil fruits and hockey into one. Imu could then lend the Gorosei their hockey/devil fruits or use it for various purposes. One of those purposes is opening portals and using them to travel. What we might be witnessing is the pinnacle of hockey in One Piece?
Able to transport someone with your will, I guess, right? That's what it is.
Yeah.
That would be crazy.
Yeah.
I'm with whatever.
But guys, I like
with
because
it.
you're making hockey more and more versatile than we think it is, and it's just breaking our concept of what hockey is. Like, because again, and now it goes into like when they said dreams and willpower, and now the older team was showing that in One Piece, anything if you have a will or a desire, it can be accomplished. Whatever, like whatever it is, it can be done.
Yeah.
The fact that abilities are being made off just desire and people want it to happen shows that in One Piece, will is everything that. You could do anything with it. You just have the imagination and also to put it into actual actions. But like that's crazy if that's actually true.
You could do it. Put your back into it.
Okay, bro.
I'm done.
I got some more. My bad, guys. I literally was working nonstop on last week's chapter and this chapter. So, Mr. Ya mentions he was traveling around Wano at one point, right? And I thought this was super interesting. We all know that this person, he is who he is. So it brought up some questions for me. When did he travel there? Was it during his days as a former pirate or after that pirate crew disbanded? It was never stated that that crew went to Wano before. Never been stated that that crew has went to Wano, right? Yes, they linked up with Odin when Odin was with Whitebeard, but that was after Whitebeard left Wano. And when these pirates disbanded, they left their captain first, and then they dropped off Odin, right? But Odin came by himself, and those pirates just bounced. They never went to Wano. So for me, it was like, okay. This was 25 years ago when those pirates disbanded. Since Mr. Ya has been on Elbaf for the past 20 years, it means he must have spent close to 5 years on Wano after Odin's passing. So that left us with only one time Mr. Ya could have gotten there, and it was during Kaido's reign. He mentions to Luffy that Luffy took care of Kaido, kind of insinuating he knew Kaido was there. My question is, why didn't he get revenge for Odin and save the people of Wano from Kaido's tyranny? I mean, I wouldn't doubt he would do something when Rayleigh wouldn't save Ace. I guess it's those pirates for you, huh?
Oh my god. Yo, the Roger Fire is slander, bro. Terrible, man.
That's all I got to say. Sure follows suit, huh?
Hey, man, I'm not gonna. I don't want to say defend because I don't feel like I should have to, but for the most part, I don't feel like it's his job to do that. It's not. To me, anyway. Especially if you like. How I say this? The true history, right? At some level, is a prophecy where Odin literally wrote in his book what was going to transpire to Kaido, and there would be a dude who rose up and connected all these pirates. If I step in and I fight Kaido, and obviously, as strong as I think this dude is, I don't think he beat Kaido. So it's like, what are we doing? If I pull up and try to spin the block for Odin Dolo against the Yonko pirate, like you're not winning, right? And two,
We don't know.
Yo,
we don't know.
We don't know, bro.
Yo, y'all wild, bro. Y'all wildin', bro. Y'all wildin', bro.
During that time,
Bro.
there was a lot of those beast pirates that was taken out, man.
Listen, man.
We be talking about Odin could have rounded some people up. Yo,
Listen, man.
Mr. Ya had a name, dog.
Mr. Ya, listen.
Mr. Ya had a name, dog.
Beating Kaido, bro? We going that far with it?
Hell yeah. At that time, yo, I gotta give those three pirates on
Okay.
that pirate
Alright,
crew
alright.
the benefit of the doubt
Okay.
that they could take out Kaido, bro.
You're right. I'm
to
thinking,
some degree at that point.
I am, when I was thinking of it,
That's 20 years
I was
ago.
thinking of the old version of him when I thought of this. But in general,
20 years ago?
he
He ain't
it's not,
beating Kaido probably now.
It's not.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But 20 years ago?
In general,
You're out of your mind.
it's not his job to do that.
Yo,
It's not.
Mr. Ya was banging out with Odin. At one point in one of the panels.
Yeah,
That was the anime,
That was
though.
it. Again, y'all use all this anime stuff, bro. But I feel you. 20 years ago, sure, maybe, possibly.
Yo, spin the
It's
block,
still
bro.
not his job to do that.
If Dragon gonna receive slack,
It's not his
I'm
job,
giving
bro.
slack to Mr. Ya too, man.
It's not his job.
And I'm gonna keep
bro.
calling him Mr. Ya until the second part of the chapter.
So stupid. I actually think Mr. Ya is a dope
Yo,
name.
Mr.
Yeah,
Ya is
That's a
dope.
dope
Yeah,
name,
Yeah, bro.
It's a dope name. But
All right. Anyway, that's all I had to say. But let's get into the super chats. Let's take about 10 minutes, and then we are gonna jump right back into the chapter. So, guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, please like the video. Thank you so much.
yeah, I forgot to create a poll, but I am curious who y'all got 20 years ago, Mr. Ya versus Kaido, after the Odin fight. I guess maybe not directly after, but assuming they both healthy. So. Let us know who y'all think got it. Another 9 months at Yonko status, our highest tier of membership from Cyborg Frankie. It says, happy 100th episode, Lionel. Marv looking good over there. Great to see the Furious
bro.
5 back in action.
Listen.
Hashtag best book club. Yeah, yo, it's
Marv-
Lionel's 100th episode.
Is that
bro.
really true?
And Marv got a haircut, like
Yeah.
a nice haircut. It's different
Yeah, man.
from his usual one. I like it.
Hey, so Lionel's 100th episode was the opening of our new
Yeah.
our new opening.
Okay.
So 100 more episodes, we might get another opening. It'll take probably 4 or 5 years, but yeah.
You had like a 52% rate.
I don't even think it's that high.
coming through, bro.
I don't think it's that high.
It's like 51.4.
It was like 34%. Based off the math that they had said, bro.
I mean, we've had 190 episodes. He's been to 100. That would leave it at 50.
Oh, I'm tripping.
1.4.
Yeah, I'm tripping.
Yeah. It's all right, bro.
I'm super-
Mathing ain't mathing.
I thought we were well beyond 190, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Anyway, we are at another 5 from Israel Freshie. It says, Amen. I don't know what this says. Amen. So glad y'all love the intro. Oh, amen. So glad y'all love the intro. Had so much fun doing it. Much love. So this is the guy who created the intro.
Oh, Israel is the... No. Check your phone, Mark.
Oh.
Israel's the guy that created the beat for us.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
He was telling me how much of a fan he was because I posted, like, because I was like, yo, I need somebody to make a beat. He reached out. It was mad long ago. And then he came back after I reached back out to him because I was ready for him. And then he just made it from scratch.
Oh,
So, yeah.
Yo, the
man.
beat's
Also,
fire.
yeah,
Yeah,
thank
beat's
you.
fire. That's from
Thank you.
Israel, bro.
thank you, appreciate
Yeah, I
it.
got to put his info in the video description.
Yeah. We got another 8 from B. It says, love the pod. Love the pod, but y'all are crazy for saying current Luffy couldn't beat Kaido. Luffy would win mid-diff, even if they are both fresh. That's your
It's so
first
funny we
super chat.
simultaneously did that.
First super chat, bro. Mid-diff is insane.
That is
Doing
bro.
that from first jump is crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can't super chat that, bro. That's disrespectful. Reassess yourself.
Hey, man. Just know stamina matters in a fight. And I know Luffy was doing jump ropes and all types of stuff. He still didn't knock Kaido out until later. He got to be capable of doing that.
Both fresh, mid-diff, and Kaido is
Is
crazy.
absolutely
I don't
insane,
know
bro.
where you see that.
Another 2 from Emilio. It says, did Michael Jackson have Conqueror's hockey? Hashtag
Yes.
Latin Larry Tag.
Absolutely.
Yeah. He was literally knocking people out.
If Michael Jackson flipped on stage, like a backflip, the whole stadium would have exploded.
If Michael Jackson came and did a backflip right here, Marv would fall out. I know it. I know it. Marv agrees. We got another 5 from Davon Plays. It says, love y'all boys. Might need another hour for this episode. Laughing emojis. Hashtag Larry Tax. Hashtag Saucy Seb 10. Alright, man. Alright, man. I don't look like that dude. Like, I just don't. Or that chick. I don't even know what we call him anymore. Another 5 from Anthony. It says,
It's over now. I'm joking. Y'all gotta stop taking my jokes so seriously, by the way, too.
Another 5
Jesus, bro. They just be funny little quips.
from Anthony. It says, Sebby Webby, enough of this BBL talk. I'll love you just the way you are, baby girl. Okay.
What the heck?
What's going on? Okay.
Yo, people call you baby girl?
Baby girl.
Jesus.
That's crazy.
You got
know
riz,
my
bro.
situation.
I thought of
My
that song.
song, bro. Another 2 from Jose Felix. It says, have you seen the cover of chapter 59? Bruh.
No. But Sebastian's about to search it up.
Is it just one chapter?
Is it
59?
One Piece? I mean, I'm assuming. Chapter 59, bro.
Like, we talking.
It's a long time ago, bro.
What arc is that even?
My internet not strong enough.
Is that Arlong part?
Nah, that's Paratie, I think.
Jesus, bro.
What you want from me, bro?
Gosh.
It's internet, man.
I see it. Is this on the list? 59?
Oh, I did see that. Somebody posted it in the Discord. It's like the top left is supposed to be like the foreshadowing. If there's like a dragon and like somebody attacking it with like a shield, yeah. I feel like that's a little bit of a reach to me personally, Jose, but maybe. I mean, you can't put that past Oda. Another 5 Canadian from Smooth Weeb. It says, hope y'all all are well. Theory, Luffy's power-up on Elbaf will be to use observation hockey 24/7 like Tanjiro with concentration breathing technique constant. I'm not that well-versed in Demon Slayer, but I have a similar thought process to Luffy's power-up. I'll wait till we get a little later into it. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on what he just said.
No.
Another 14 from months at Warlord status from
JD
Cervantes. It says, yo, dope. Intro, guys. Glad to see everyone in for this one. Gonna be a banger for sure with the Nakama emojis.
Yeah, thank you.
BBC.
Let's read this pink one, and then we'll get to the chapter after that.
All right, we need to get another $50 super chat.
Ronan, bro. Thank you, dog.
From Roanoa Ronan, it says, can't stay tonight, fellas. I'm with my lady.
Hey, man. That's good.
But she said I can come and pay my Sebi tax. But I know y'all will be cooking. Hope your families are doing well. Glad to see all 4 of you back together. Hashtag Birdman Law. Hashtag Sebi tax. Hashtag Latina loving Larry. Hashtag Lionel is here. Thank you. And enjoy your time with your lady, man. Hopefully you get a dope epithet for it. You know what I'm saying?
I do love Latinas.
Who don't, bro? Actually, I had a completely off topic. I had a conversation with Josh O. He said he don't love Latinas, man.
As a Latino?
Yeah.
You don't love Latinas?
I couldn't believe it.
I get it, bro.
I guess.
Sometimes Latinos be liking white women a lot. They're very much milkmen on the low. But who don't like milk? I mean,
I ain't gonna get into what he said.
MLK or milk. That's how I think of it.
Shout out to Josh, man. Shout out to Josh, bro. MLK for milk, bro, is wild.
All right.
But technically,
somebody
that's what the dream was, right?
Somebody said, I'm a Latino and I'm a snow bunny hunter. All right, guys. We're going to get back into the Super Chats. Please do not worry about it. We will get to the Super Chats very soon. I just want to get through this chapter. And plus, I want to hit the mural theory that I have. All right? So, we jump back into the chapter. And Roto tells Luffy that this man goes by Mr. Ya in Elbaf. He mentions that since they went to the school earlier, they must have met a teacher there by the name of Ripley, who is her husband. Luffy yells out, he's the dad of the giant shrimp. Mr. Ya questions, who's this giant shrimp? And then he figures out Luffy is talking about Colin. Mr. Ya says that Colin took on Giant's blood, and he hasn't been able to even hold him in his arms because of it. Colin's 20 years old and Ripley's 80 years old. His wife is older than him. Also, it's not worth marrying a giant. As he gets older, they stay the same age. Nami realizes he makes a good point, and she's surprised it's even possible. Mr. Ya yells out that love is free. There are so many mixed races. For example, the Buccaneers, the Dosandada, the long arms and long legs, and Wutons. It's unfortunate that these races of people don't last long in every era, but there is open-minded enough people to pursue such wild adventures. Zoro notices he knows a lot and wants to know who Mr. Ya is. Mr. Ya yells out he's the preacher of love. Luffy laughs and thinks Sanji will be like this when he gets older. Then Luffy just blurts out to Mr. Ya if he's seen Loki's key for his cuffs, and Roto yells out to not just tell people things for no reason. Mr. Ya yells out that it's fascinating. If there's one thing he loves, it's other people causing trouble. Nami says that's tacky for him to say. Then Mr. Ya replies that secrets are born to be spread, and then asks Luffy if he knows what kind of man Loki is. If the worst should happen, because he's free, what's his plan? Luffy, without hesitation, tells Mr. Yaa that he'll just beat him up and put him back in cuffs. Mr. Yaa tells Luffy that years ago, Shanks captured Loki, but before that, no one was ever able to stop him. If Luffy doesn't know what kind of power Loki has or what damage he can cause, then all of a sudden, Luffy just ignores him and walks the other way. Zoro says they're wasting time. Nami thinks they should listen to him. Roto apologizes to Mr. Yaa, but then Mr. Yaa remembers someone yelling back at him long ago about all their warnings. He even butts heads with this hidden figure, and the person tells his younger self that he'll have to stop him by force. Then a younger Mr. Yaa yells back that he's only telling him of the risk and calls him Idiot Roger. Mr. Yaa tells Roto to go up to the throne and push it. Roto questions the request. So, Lionel, what did you think about this part of the chapter? Because now we know who it is.
Yeah.
Oh, because it wasn't obvious as hell before.
It was, but
No, it was.
I wanted a little more.
wasn't his
You know,
accent.
I wanted that to be, you know, yeah.
Oh man. That was-
Yeah.
Yeah, but soon as the axe was thrown, honestly, we all knew it was all right. Like, and it was
It
funny.
wasn't his axe though, but go ahead.
Huh?
Go ahead.
What are you talking about?
He said it wasn't his axe, which
It was a giant axe.
I don't know. He maybe switched up. I don't know. But it was just okay. Where am I at? Okay. All right. I just funny. I don't know where to start. Couple of things. So, and I thought interesting when you go back to when we first see him, it's because that we both thought it was people thought it was Shinky the whole time, but also we never thought like when we first saw him actually was I think chapter 633 in the cover story. Mm-hmm. And I always thought of everybody thinks it's Shinky. Why would Shinky be talking to Crocus?
Crocus?
Yeah, like what connection? Like, all right, Roger. Who cares? Like Roger was his rival, but he wouldn't care if Crocus was there. Like they have no connection. Mm-hmm. This actually made more sense to me when I'm thinking like just logically thinking, it wouldn't make sense Shinky would be talking to this person. But then I always thought because we don't know if Rayleigh and Gaban ever met up after that. Because I tried to match it. Because the next time we see Crocus, I thought he's talking to Rayleigh, but that actually happened before. Mm-hmm. In the cover story, if they're actually going by stories, Crocus sees Rayleigh if they go bath together and they're drinking. Then later on, he sees Gaban. So I thought he saw Gaban first, then Rayleigh. Mm-hmm. But no, he met Rayleigh first, then he met Gaban at their old age. So I'm thinking, I don't know if they know, because going by like the year, because what you were talking about, because going by, which is crazy. What's his name? What's the little dude's name?
Colin.
Colin. He's 20 years old.
Yeah.
I'm thinking he looks like a child, but again, going by giant years. But like, so it goes into he went to Elbaf 2 years after. Like, I don't know, because 2 years, the whole thing with the whole Roger thing.
The Roger thing was, they disbanded 25 years ago.
Yeah, like, pretty much, like, because because Roger, I think, 24 years ago.
No, they disbanded 25 years ago, and then Roger passed away 24 or
yeah.
23 or something like that.
So that's what I was thinking of going into, like, the timeline, what he was doing through those timelines. Because then, like...
Well, he went to Wano and then probably went to Elbaf, like, immediately after his trip to Wano. Because if he was visiting, like, previous pirates, he probably went to go visit Odin.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, visit Odin and, like, saw Kaido, like, Odin gone and Kaido just doing whatever. That makes sense. I also noticed that he has a scar on his head, too. I'm not saying he tried to fight Kaido.
Apparently, Garling probably did that one as well.
I know, right?
You know
I know,
what I'm saying?
right?
Garling probably did that one.
Because I know for a fact when he was young, when before Roger disbanded, he didn't have any marks. He had no scars.
No.
But that goes into, I'm saying, like, he could have actually, going by this, could have fought Kaido and lost.
Listen, man, if he did, shout out to him, bro.
But I'm not saying that happened. I don't know. I don't know who gave him that scar. I have no idea. But in fact, he mentioned Kaido. I said you meet Kaido is kind of like, that. Because I was just thinking about, like, because he's with the Roger crew, and he saw Kaido coming up in Rock's Pirates. Now he sees this dude coming up, like, So I thought it was kind of interesting. But he not just, like, mentioning all the people, because he didn't mention Big Mom. He only mentioned Kaido. He singled out Kaido. When there was alliance, Kaido and Big Mom were there. And like, he didn't tribute Luffy beating Big Mom at all.
Yeah.
I wonder why. Like, so maybe I don't know if he has connection with Big Mom, but I just know, like, he mentioned Kaido specifically. And he gave that to Luffy, not Kaido and Big Mom.
Yeah.
So, like, because he wasn't there. But I also was gonna bring out. I mean, a little bit to this is what I was saying, Sebastian. Remember when you told me like the whole Shanks thing with the whole reveal? Right here, Oda didn't say who it is. Still, like you said, like why would Oda not reveal it? So like in the chapter of Shanks, like he said, you personally, why didn't Whitebeard just say Roger scarred me? But he said him scarred me. And later on, you're on the Roger Pirates. He revealed it then in the same chapter. Yeah, isn't this not the same thing?
You want in on this bowing?
No. I'm just telling you.
Yo,
I'm telling you.
I'm just telling you, bro. Me and I'm right. Y'all bowing, bro.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna make y'all bow,
you
bro.
use it as an argument.
I'm gonna make y'all bow, bro.
You use it as an argument. Gaban could have said, "Yo, I'm Scooper."
Don't let me be right.
I was like, "Hey, Mr. Yak could have said, I'm Scooper.
Don't let me be right.
I'm Scopper, Gaban, whatever." Like he could have said it right there. And he even had a silhouette. Like, for instance, we all know who these people are. Why are they even silhouetting? Why they're silhouetting Roger? Why they're silhouetting Gaban? Why they're silhouetting Rayleigh? Like, we know who it is. He even says Roger right here. Like, why? But for some reason, Oda wants to be like, oh, no, I don't want to reveal it yet. You know, we kind of know who it is from the jump. Yeah. Like, it's Gaban. But, like, I was just thinking, off that, like, what's the difference? Right? And also, I think it's funny because we all suspected Gaban to have an appearance. We did, a while back. Yeah. But we got in the wrong arc. Okay. We all thought Wano. Because, remember the whole Lurking Legend thing? The whole Lurking Legend thing, we thought Gaban. And we thought, all right, he's going to come in Wano. Then he never came. We're just like, all right, I guess he's not showing up. Then out of nowhere, no, the Lurking Legend is thing, but it's the wrong arc. It's an Elbaf. I'm like, oh, I was hyped. Like, honestly, I was it. I was kind of upset that it didn't happen in Wano because we didn't get any, like, because they didn't say Wano Lurking Legend or no?
Oda just said, Lurking Legend is coming or whatever, but Oda's timelines have been trashed the whole series, bro. So
okay, because people thought the Lurking Legend shinky too. I'm thinking, I'm cool with it, but like, I don't know. I wanted somebody different, so I was kind of hyped seeing it. But I thought this was good. I thought it was hilarious that Luffy trying to walk away from Gaban, but I like that Gaban didn't really get that much upset, but he just saw Luffy. Yeah, he saw Luffy. But I just found it interesting that going to the dynamic of the crew, because I remember in other travels with the Straw Hats, Zo's actually usually the one that's telling Luffy, yo, like, think about doing certain things. Even though Zo's a lot like Luffy, but he's the one who's telling Luffy, pretty much, like, think of certain things. And Luffy's like, pretty much, I want to do it. Sanji's actually never one who told Luffy, like, never tried to stop Luffy from doing it. I noticed. I could be wrong. Correct me if I'm wrong. I remember Sanji ever, like, because I even thought of the sea train. When Zoro was actually going to tell Sanji, pretty much, don't go fight them, wait for us. And Sanji's like, nah, pretty much, I'm going to do it. And remember Sanji made a joke, oh, you worried about me, Zoro? And Zoro got angry. Even at the time when Sanji's willing to fight a Yonko crew with who? With just Brook, Nami, and whatever. So I'm thinking, it's weird that Zoro fits it, but he feel like he's the voice of reason for both of them to a degree. Yeah. Even though he's the most one who would crash up just like them. So I find it kind of interesting that, because you see Rayleigh and Gaban telling Roger, yo, think of this. And Roger's getting upset. So I'm just like, but we know Rayleigh, he's more of a level-headed person. You know, he's strong or whatever, but he thinks before he acts. He's the wisdom and the level-headed person. Gaban, I'm not actually sure where he fits, because we didn't get fully of his personality yet, or where his reasoning off, but it shows that he's a level-headed too, because Rayleigh and Gaban are both telling Roger, yo, like, we're not scared, we're just telling you, yo, if you do this, just think of your actions, think of the consequences. Like, you know, Roger's like, forget all that. Just like a Luffy aspect of it. But I just noticed that too. But that's where you left off, Alf, right? But I don't think I have anything else here. But yeah. All
right. Lawrence?
Yeah. It's crazy that 20 years old, lifespan for giants is about 8 or 9 years old for like a regular human, right? But I noticed that Colin, right? That's how you say the name? Colin, right?
Colin is crazy.
Colin is crazy, right? Yeah. Colin looks younger.
Get your colon checked.
You should, actually. Colin looks younger than how Druden did when he was 18 back at Big Mom's flashback, right? In fact, he looks younger and smaller than how Druden is.
He's part human.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Yeah. So then that led me to like, probably could have his half human, blood, right? But then we have Gaban mentioning that it mentions a bunch of races, right?
That's what I remember. I forgot about that.
Of them. And I wonder, if you look at all those races, he says Buccaneers, then he mentions long arm tribes, long leg tribes, and then someone I couldn't really say. I was like, the other one.
𝙃𝙀𝙪𝙀.
Yeah, I was like, I don't even know what that is, right? So I wonder if these races here, since they associated, I guess, with Elbaf, or I think we heard too that Buccaneers have like Giant's blood in them, that these are all races that have trace amounts of Giant's blood in them, but develop different characteristics. You know, so like for example, you're not gonna become a full size giant, but you got long arms. They're not the length of a size of a giant, but they're longer.
We're the long Schmeat tribe.
Okay.
I need to make up for something.
Or the long leg, right? I wonder if it, like for example, like trace amounts, you develop different characteristics, so they're not all the same, and it could be also linked with like them, different races mixed with different races' blood equals a different result, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I just thought of that. So the interesting how like I said before, that opens up different things of how these different countries or tribes could get physically or even maybe abilities wise. What's up?
Because you said that. Because I was going to bring that up too. Did you look up the races that you're talking about?
No.
Well, the Wotans are what, like half fish,
Half fishman and half giant.
Yeah.
Half giant. I mean,
We've seen them before.
Yeah.
They were the ones from the
Davy Back fight.
Yeah, Davy Back fight.
And like Lawrence was saying, in Buccaneers, obviously the same thing. And the long arms, like, because long arms could be giant arms, whatever. The other one, the 𝙃𝙚𝙪𝙀, that's the only one that we don't know what that is.
Yeah.
It's a new race that we didn't hear about in One Piece.
I have a theory.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's a good one too.
All right. So then I'm gonna go to my next thing is that we stop calling him Mr. Ya now. We're calling him.
Yeah, you can call whatever you want.
All right, bet.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I like calling Mr. Ya.
Okay. All right. I have it written down, Mr. Ya. But anyway, Mr. Ya mentioning years ago that no one here on Elbaf was able to stop Loki. I don't believe that included himself, unless you want to think, he's the one that gave him the scar because he tried stopping Loki and got smacked. I don't think so, right? He could have been away, whatever, but I think he just knows the story or whatever, you know? But I don't think all the ones that couldn't stop him, I don't think he was one of those people.
I got a theory for that one
No,
too.
I thought the same thing. Because you have Kaido, Big Mom, like, there's other people out here. Most likely could have stopped Loki, but you said nobody could have did it. I'm thinking that's...
Well, he was talking about
on
Elbaf. So
Okay.
Lawrence was saying he wasn't including himself. Like, he wasn't in the fight.
Yeah.
He said, lucky I wasn't there.
See this axe?
He got put down.
I did more to chain him up. No, I'm kidding. But anyway.
I took his man.
Okay.
You already know I'm knocking down people. Just size.
Bruh. Why? Stop.
Come about Kingdom ain't the only thing walking around.
yeah,
You made me feel
being crazy.
stupid. I want to say no. I want to say that.
Bruh.
I thought it was a treat.
I thought that was a melting. He Loki up.
You done?
All right,
Yeah, I'm
Done. Bruh. But as I was saying,
I tried so hard not to laugh at that. It's so stupid.
I'm trying to finish my thought.
Saying that's a tree I would like to climb.
Anyway, but it's more like of Mr. Ya letting Luffy know what he's about to get into. As in, are you strong enough to deal with the situation of letting Loki free and protecting Elbaf, right? From his rage. Like, Loki's probably going to rampage and rage out on Elbaf because he's been locked up for 6 years and he has a grudge. And look, he's been collecting of who he has a grudge on since the last conversation with him and Shamrock, right? He has to think of who I want to get back at. And he also believes that he's the sun god and probably even the rightful ruler of Elbaf. So he's going to come with a record.
Loki's like that weird kid in class that you don't want to like. You want to make sure you cool with him.
It's like, yo,
just
in case.
Just in case.
Just in case you start wilding. We good, right?
Remember that skit? That you, just in case he touched Wano, you give him candy. So you're cool. And you know what I'm talking about?
yeah. Loki rages out and then he whispers to one of the giants, "Thanks for the candy." You get it?
You remember that? that. Oh my god. Yo, I gotta find that, man.
Thanks for the candy, and it continues raging out everywhere else. Anyway, yeah, but he's drawing Luffy's mind to like, all right, are you prepared for to handle the situation from the choice that you're gonna make of letting him go, right? Which is interesting because one thing that, as if he knows, as far as he knows, he's the one that took down Kaido, right? Yet you're still warning him. Are you able to handle Loki, right? So that was very interesting. Like in your mind, it's like, yo, yeah, you took down Kaido, but you sure can you handle letting Loki go? Do you know his powers? Do you know the type of person he is? You know?
mean, the newspaper said it wasn't no ones.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So, but let him know of the dangers of letting Loki go. So I was actually gonna save this part for later, right? But since I guess we know who it is, since we know who it is, I'm gonna add into it. I thought this was very interesting since now we know it's Gaban, right? And I thought it was very interesting because now his personality is getting more. We're seeing more of it, right? He's a. Dang, there's one part I actually wanted to wait. Why?
So just wait for it, bro.
Okay, I'll wait. All
right.
Okay. Where was I? And
then.
Yeah.
And then.
Yeah. But yeah, so I think I'll wait for the rest for later.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
All right, Sebby, was it Swebby-chan?
Swebby-chan? Lino knocked on the lurking legend thing. I was going to bring that up first. Shout out to Gaban, bro. It's been a long time coming. I've been waiting for this moment, for the Sanji parallel of Roger's crew, and I loved every bit of it. He a GOAT for bagging Ripley.
Facts.
Super facts, bro. She fine as hell.
And he caught her 20 years ago.
Yeah, man, he got her in her prime, too. So... I did think there was a nice little running trend here.
She might have been like a minor for Elbaf standards. You know what I'm saying?
She would have been 60.
I ain't gonna think of all that right now.
She
80.
Say Gaban. I heard you like him young.
I ain't getting all
She would have
that.
been 60 years old.
I ain't getting all that.
I mean, they lived up to 100 and something, bro. So
That's around
Look
Loki's.
at Colin. He 20.
Around Loki's
What you
age
think she looked like at 60?
now. Loki's like 60.
I don't know. I can't get into Elbaf ages, bro.
Hide your little sisters from.
But Larry brought up a common theme of the Roger Pirates not spinning. I noticed a different theme. And first it was Roger and Rouge, then Odin and Toki, Rayleigh and Shaggy, and Gaban and Ripley. The Roger Pirates all seem to be like, yo, F saving the world, I'm shacking up with my girl. And I'm with that. I respect it.
Listen, man.
I respect it.
It's going to sound very, very controversial, I'm about to say. Listen, man. Eve let us all down. You know what I'm saying? I apologize for saying that.
that's crazy.
But,
Yo, bro.
listen, man.
No, it's
Listen,
Eve, though.
man.
It's just her.
Yo, what are you talking?
Listen, man.
You can't
Who you think her
generalize.
descendants are?
Yo, you can't generalize that, bro.
Oh, we can and we will.
Again, do not take my jokes too seriously.
Amen. But
We're going to get a super chat.
it did have me thinking if Shanks would follow suit with Makino, and if Buggy got a little sweet thing out there for him somewhere. But I guess that's another conversation. I don't think we've ever actually formally gotten introduced to any Dosendatas. I think y'all mentioned that a little earlier. But based off what Big Mom said, they're probably somewhere on her island.
Big Mom was wrong.
She thinks she's just wrong. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
She had no Buccaneers.
Yeah.
That's true, too.
Or Lunarians.
That's true,
Well,
too.
I mean, they thought they were extinct. Yeah.
Right.
But that's real. Odin seemed to have an impact on Gaban with that stance when he did the thing.
Yeah.
I thought that was funny.
that
He
too.
also reminded me of Jiraiya, and considering his whole pervy sage demeanor, I think that might have been a little homage paid there. It's rare that we get an outright stated parallel by Oda like this. A lot of times it's like hinted, alluded to, suggested. Oda straight up had Luffy say, "Oh, this is gonna be what Sanji like." I didn't expect to see that.
Yeah, I didn't expect that either.
I thought that was pretty dope. Shout out to Ayo Let's Go from the Discord, who posted in the TOPT Discord a picture of Sanji and Luffy arguing, juxtaposed with this same panel from this chapter of of Gaban and Roger arguing. And I really thought that was dope. I thought that was a nice
This
little
was
touch.
during,
This is Bratier.
Bratier.
Y'all can't see it, but hit
Yeah.
up AO on the Discord if y'all want to see it. It's pretty cool. They're arguing pretty similarly in the same way. I thought that was dope. Gaban mentioned, I'll get into this piece that I was holding back a little earlier. Gaban mentioned that he sent a strong haki earlier from the castle, right? Alluding to his observation haki being pretty on point. It's another nod to Sanji, whose observation haki is supposed to be his strong suit of the monster trio of the current generation of the Pirate King, right? So it's another subtle parallel. I guess the real question that stems from Gaban's appearance here, though, is what can he teach Luffy to push him further in his Pirate King journey? I think that's where my mind went beyond everything.
Damn, that was a question for last part of the chapter, in my opinion.
You think so?
Yeah.
We didn't?
Because we about to see why. You know what I'm saying?
I'll get into it.
Okay.
So, I doubt it's a devil fruit. I know obviously a lot of us harp on Luffy needing to be better, lasting longer with Gear 5th. I think that's going to be something he has to figure out himself, but I don't think it's going to be Conqueror's Haki either. I don't know that Gaban's going to be a Conqueror. We'll see. I doubt it because Sanji isn't, right? So I don't know why his parallel from the past would have that. But if his observation Haki is supposed to be this super strong thing, and he does have this parallel with Sanji, could it be that it's the voice of all things that he has to enhance for Luffy in his journey? Because Rayleigh taught him the basics of Haki. Hyogoro taught him Rio and how to flow it out and actually tap into advanced Conqueror's Haki. What's the next thing that Luffy needs to obtain? And how would that push him further in accomplishing his goals? And I was thinking about it. If the voice of all things is some advanced level of observation Haki, maybe it's something that allows you to access the true bodies of these weird demonic-like figures like the Gorosei, who can become intangible essentially or regenerate. So if you access the voice of all things or access the breath of all things or whatever, maybe that can bypass whatever the trick is to defeating Imu or the Gorosei members' abilities. So I might be reaching here with that. There's not a lot of evidence to suggest that we're getting there, but my mind immediately went to, okay, what is Gaban going to teach Luffy?
It's funny you say that because in like an RPG like Final Fantasy,
Yeah.
Marv, what's it called when you search the opponent that you're fighting and then it starts listing your stats as to what the weaknesses might be, like fire for this enemy? What is that called again?
Scanning?
Scan. It's just scanning, right? So maybe the next level that you're talking about is like, yo, I can scan you and see where your power is coming from or the weakness of it.
Right. And I don't know if that goes back into these summoning circles or whatever elements of that power lead to, but that's just where my mind went with Gaban. And I have a even more funny reference to this later with what you just said. You mentioned Final Fantasy. I'm going to mention something else a little later. But I'll continue on with this section. I noticed 3 scars on the wall of the throne room. I thought that was interesting. Could that be from like Cerberus maybe? Could it be from some Zoan ability? Could it be like people theorize that Loki has like the Fenrir devil fruit that's like huge in Norse mythology? I don't know. I just thought it was cool. People brought up Blackbeard. I was like, yo, Blackbeard wasn't a part of this, bro. Like, we gotta chill out. Like, that's my guy, but chill out, bro.
So you be realizing what we be talking about, huh?
I don't just try to shoehorn the guy into things.
Listen, man.
Apparently, they call him Ya or Mr. Ya because his name is actually Gaban. It's not Gaban. It's Gaban, and apparently, it's like they changed it to Gaban to make it easier for American audiences to digest or say the name.
So his name is Gaban.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
Scopper Gaban.
Okay.
Yeah,
Better to just say Scopper.
yeah. But I like both though. I like both,
I like him.
so.
Yeah.
But the hat and the fact that he wants to go back to Wano does tell me that he's been there again. And I was gonna bring this up late now. So Lionel mentioned it. The scar he has on him. It's very possible he went to Wano and ended up fighting Kaido and just lost.
Yeah.
But years later, likely, whatever, he settled down, had kids or whatever. I don't think he went in his prime and fought him. But it's very possible he went over there and fought him. I don't know that he could have easily escaped. You know what I'm saying? Like, seemingly doesn't have a devil fruit, so it's not like some sea stone is going to really stop him, right? So it's like he fought, lost, whatever. But again, I personally don't think the Roger Pirates are duty bound to do any of that stuff. But I love it, bro, and I love that we're gonna get more hype about it. But I like that we're seeing him. I've always been a huge fan of him as a potential character in the story, just like I was for Bogart. They'd be so happy, even at the end of last chapter. Chill out. At the end of last chapter, in the middle of last chapter where they had him walking, I said, yo, that's gonna be Gaban because of the phrasing they had of the family with Shanks. So I'm very, very, very interested in that. I did think that Luffy and Zoro basically saying, all right, this dude's yapping, let's get out of here. I thought that was so funny. I thought that was so funny, bro. I was cracking up at that. But yeah, I don't have much else. That's just kind of where my thoughts went for that part of the chapter. So
All right.
I have more later that I'll be happy to share.
I think we all got more. All right, so I love how similar Sanji and Mr. Ya are. We've always had like similarities from looks and personalities with Luffy and Roger, then Zoro and Rayleigh, but now we have Sanji and Scopper. The love aspect, the clean fit, and charisma is just chef's kiss. I adore this more than you all know, especially considering that Mr. Ya has been successful with a woman before, which leaves hope for Sanji to land a baddie in the future. Hopefully it's Viola. It's kind of sad that Mr. Ya can't grow old with his old lady. That's why I can see why he believes like, yo, it's not worth marrying a giant. As adventurous as I was pursuing one, you know? All right, so Oda did drop one hell of a lore dump. He just mentioned some races that hold giants' blood. First, I want to mention the long legs. These people are now confirmed to be half giants, and they are Charlotte's Smoothie, Citron, and Cinnamon, Blue Gilly, and Tamago. Then we have the Long Arm tribe, which consists of Scratchman Apu and Ideal, who are now considered half giants. Didn't know that. I think it's really nice that Apu is actually a giant. That's kind of cool to me for some reason. Kuma and his dad, we know, are just half giants because of Buccaneer's blood, being confirmed as so. But we never heard of the 𝙁𝙁𝙪𝙀. When you pronounce 𝙁𝙁𝙪𝙀, it sounds a lot like the Drums of Liberation sound effect, Doom Dut Dada. I wonder if this is a mixed breed of giants and Tantatas, or it could be a play on words for a darker mixed giants race that oppose the sun god, since their race name can sound like a darker and deeper tone of the Drums of Liberation. Maybe this is the race Blackbeard is from. It would fit the description of being opposite of the sun god. Also, the Wutons we already know them. That's the giant that we saw at Foxy's Davy Back fight. His name is Big Pun. So, what did you guys think about the little 𝙁𝙁𝙪𝙀 thing?
I didn't go that far with it, but that's a cool little nod potentially. I like it.
Right?
Yeah.
So I thought that was dope. All right, just to go back to what Lawrence was talking about. Bro, Loki is being hyped to be stronger than Big Mom and Kaido at this point. I've never seen so many people from different places hype this man up so much. Even Mr. Ya is like, bro, do you really want to set this man free? Do you know whose brother this is? Brother?
You know what this means?
You know what this means?
You know whose brother? He's gonna turn this city upside down and upside down.
Oh my god.
It's like, what are you gonna do if the worst happens? Like, bruh, we get it. Pull it out your mouth.
Yeah.
Jesus. Golly. This is why I love Luffy. Because he'll hear something like that, and then he'll just be like, yo, I'm gonna just beat him up. It's one of the many reasons I love One Punch Man. It's because Saitama's the exact same way. You be talking mad crap to him, he'd be like, yo. Like, I don't care. What were you gonna say?
Now, something I saw in the chat, but I will be literally going against everything I just said 5 minutes ago, so I kind of don't want to say it, but I kind of do want to say it.
No, don't say it then.
I'm going to say it.
All right.
Yo, could the 𝙁𝙁𝙪𝙀s be the lineage that they were saying that Blackbeard's from?
Did I not just say this?
He did say that.
But like, oh, you did?
Yeah.
I just said
You said the Blackbeard piece?
Yeah.
I might have been reading chat at that point.
Yeah.
My bad.
Why don't you listen to me, bro?
You know it's high in here, right? It's hot in here too, bro. It's hot too.
My fault, gang.
All right. So,
Okay.
Mr. Ya telling that Loki wasn't able to be stopped for 8 years until Shanks captured him, just pisses me off a bit. I'm not gonna lie, it kind of does irritate me a little bit. So we saying Big Mom, who wanted to have the Giants Nation under her belt, never tried to subdue Loki?
Oh, she probably tried, dog.
Yo, Kaido never sought someone out to recruit him for Joy Boy relativity? Or to risk his life against him in a great battle? Mihawk never sought him out since he'll most likely be using a sword, and never ran into some Whitebeard territories, which then caused him to fight Whitebeard the same way Ace did. I just don't appreciate the inconsistency of hype for characters when there are people out here being called the strongest in the world and the strongest swordsman in the world. Yet there's also someone no one could stop him in the world. I don't like it, bro. I don't like that this always happens.
Whitebeard was around too.
But you gotta, hold on, that's assuming that these people actually did run into them. You know what I'm saying? And actually fought them.
He's belligerent, bro. He hooking off what it seems on anybody. He was out here for 8 years.
8
okay,
years.
but
8 years.
That doesn't mean he's been the whole cake. Like, did Big Mom go out and search to go get him, or she
why
sent
not?
people?
She was already trying to marry off Chiffon to him. Like, subdue him and get pregnant by him at that point. Like, yo, what are we talking about?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, there's always this thing with Oda where he'll just be like, yo, this is the strongest dude ever in this category. And nobody can mess with him. But then we got like 14 other people who have that same stand. It's like, come on, bro.
And they all never met.
Yeah, and they all never met, apparently. They've all avoided each other, but apparently Garling out here just attacking people, just giving people scars for no reason.
Oh, don't let me Garling.
Yeah.
Don't let them meet Garling.
He ain't meet Garling, apparently. Like, yo, what the hell?
It kind of sound like worse writing.
Yo.
Like, the Worse Than Crows. Because
how it
Worse Than
be.
Crows did that. The same
A
thing.
lot of times you don't fight everybody, bro.
Yo, it's so annoing, bro.
For 8 years,
Big
though?
world.
8 years,
It's
dog.
a large world, bro.
All I'm saying is that's a large man.
Yeah.
And he kind of sauces with everybody.
Yo, and we don't know that they didn't fight this dude. Oda be having non-completed fights all the time.
You know what they did? Shanks didn't even fight him, bro. From Sebastian standards, he just put _ʍ Coast on him.
Oh, I would be so angry. If
Yo,
Oda had that
listen,
song
bro.
went out.
Nah, we not doing that to Shanks. All right.
It's because the Whitebeard was out too.
I never said that. I never said that.
Yeah.
It's because the Whitebeard was around too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? While Loki was running around.
Listen, bro.
8
There was a lot happening, bro. All right, but anyway, finally, I'll say that I do believe Mr. Yaa was considered an advisor for King Harold during his reign. Him being a Roger pirate and also being married to Ripley for 20 years might have given him some say on how things should operate. It makes me wonder if Mr. Yaa told King Harold the truth of the world, so King Harold chose to open his borders the same way Odin believed Wano's borders should be opened after he came back with an understanding of what the One Piece is. It would explain how Mr. Yaa knew how to push the throne back so it could lead to a hidden room containing Loki's key. Also, if Jarul and the elders were said to be the only people who know where Loki's key was, then how does Mr. Yaa know? Maybe he was involved in the fight with Loki and King Harold and maybe tried to help ease the tension or witness that someone else was involved in their fight, such as a holy knight that invaded the kingdom. It would explain why he recognized some familiar but abnormal hockey and came rushing to the castle to prevent another tragedy.
Interesting.
That tracks.
Mm-hmm. That
Yeah.
makes sense.
But that was my theory. So let's read some super chats for 5 minutes, and then we're gonna jump into the final part of the chapter. After the final part of the chapter, we'll read as many super chats as we can, and then I'll go over my mural theory.
Okay.
Yeah. But guys, if you haven't liked the video yet, please like the video, and thank you so much for all the super chats. We're trying to get to them. It's just a lot of chapter, and there's 4 of us. Okay.
I'm trying to remember where we're at. I think it's right here. No, I think we read that already. All right. We got another 10 months at Yonko status from Left Lane John Wayne. It says, yo, gang, glad to see everybody's here. Long time no see. Lionel, Big Worm, welcome back. Watch yourself today. What up, Seb? Law, got you some glazing to get to.
Oh, my goodness.
You got some glazing to get to. Hashtag Marv of Oz. Hashtag Smoothie Gang. Hashtag Rate the Chapter. Thank you. Another 5 from Spencer Jones. It says, if y'all want the old intro back instead of a new one, it's cause you're knee deep in debt with the Larry tax and your breath stinks. Shout out to Spencer, man. Another 5 from Wise Life Jody. It says, good to have all the fellas back on a Monday, especially for this great chapter. Oda knew it was my birthday tomorrow, so he had to come correct. Hashtag TOPT. Happy birthday. Another 50 DKK. I'm not sure what that is, but thank you. From Thomas Larson. It says, the Larry tax have gone international. Larry came to Denmark while gone to collect from me. I thought I was safe here, but my money is gone now. Hashtag no one is safe.
It's terrible.
Jesus. Another 5 from Daniel De Armas. Yo, Seb could have been animated as Blackbeard using the Gura against the Yoko sovereignty. Just to make him look cooler. Hashtag that one tax Larry, that one Larry tax. Hashtag Lionel Conquer. They always say your name wrong, bro. Lennon became a Nakama.
Thank you.
And then donated another 5. It says, Oda slander is wild from the guy who claims plot in almost every matchup, Seb. Listen, the slander is never about the story, almost ever. Dude, choreography ain't that great, bro. I'm sorry, man. It's better choreography out there. Another 5 from Marco Claudio. It says, since Preston and Joe are going to sing next week, can Larry and Steb sing We Are in Japanese, the most overrated character in One Piece? Who is the most overrated character in One Piece?
Mihawk.
I feel like Mihawk's probably the right answer.
Yeah, 100%. Like, there's no doubt.
We Are, bro?
It would take a lot of practicing.
Yeah,
As Japanese?
as
And it's in
into one,
Japanese. Like, yo,
as
what the hell?
into One Piece and anime and manga in general as I am, my Japanese is very, very minimal.
It's kind of catchy.
It's very,
Yeah.
I know We Are. I know that part.
All right, let's just hit the next part of the final part of the chapter, and then we'll jump back into super chats. All right, guys, thank you so much. We're gonna read the super chats. I promise we are. We just gotta get through the chapter. All right, we enter the final part of the chapter. Back at the bar within the village where the Usopp pirates are at, we hear Giant tell them that in the old Pirate King's crew, 2 others were especially strong aside from Roger himself. Usopp is like, oh yeah? He guesses Rayleigh and another person. Oimo says that Usopp's right. At one point, Roger needed to heal and rest, and so did Rayleigh. So they and the other figure went to a hospital in the mountains. When they did, they were surrounded by enemies, but this unknown figure took out hundreds of enemies with just 2 axes by himself. During that fight, he eliminated every single tree in the area and left the mountain bald. Because of that, he gained the moniker Mountain Eater. Jinbei comments it's a well-known story. After Rayleigh, this man was known as the Pirate King's left arm. We head back to Orist Castle. Rodo's holding everyone and says they're entering a secret treasured room. Nami wants to know how he knows about this room, and he says exploring is his thing. Luffy sees everything and says, whoa. We enter the room containing the treasure chest. They're all empty. Nami yells at Rodo for lying to her, and he tells her not to blame him since it's an abandoned castle. It's a perfect target for burglars. Mr. Ya tells them to look in the middle of the room. There sits Loki's key. Mr. Ya jumps near the humongous key and tells them that this here is something no burglar would care to take. Luffy's excited. Mr. Ya starts to remove his clothing and says, in other words, releasing Loki is something even the wicked does not do. So, will you take this key? Luffy is confused. Then we head back to the Usopp pirates at the bar, and Oimo says that this third person on the Roger pirates has been living in Elbaf for the past 20 years. He's a legendary figure who stood shoulder to shoulder with Roger and Rayleigh, the left arm of the Pirate King, Scopper, Gaban. So, with that being said, Law, what's your thoughts on the final part of the chapter?
Okay. So, I absolutely love the Gaban hype. The idea of the right hand and the and the left arm, like I thought that was dope. I've always liked that concept, like because people always the right hand man, and then it's just like all right, then the rest of the crew. But the fact that even with Luffy and Zoro, it's called like the 2 wings of the Pirate King, right? Mm-hmm. But like having 2 people there, your left arm and your right hand, that is dope. I love that concept, right? And the fact that they're comparing that one.
Sorry.
I was not excessively loud.
Yeah.
I hit my hand on the table.
But
I'm
yeah,
sorry.
but the him that are saying that not only that Roger and Ray were around the same level, but it says Gaban is up there with them, shoulder to shoulder, around the same level, right? So I thought that was interesting, right? And honestly, really dope that Gaban's getting this much hype, that them three are close to the same level here, right? And to me, I hope. One, I'll get it because that's going to may lead to a mini argument. So I'm gonna hold that back real quick, right? But I just want to say, I wonder, right, when this happened, with the timeline when this happened, when Gaban anyway was fighting for Roger when it was just them two alone, right? I wonder where's the timeline where this happened, because we don't really get much about Roger's past or anything, but also when he's separated from the crew, right? But it's just them two and they're healing. So what went down that they all separated were just Gaban and Roger by himself, where Roger he's wounded enough to have to heal, where he can't fight, and Gaban's good enough to take on 100 of these pirates, right? And I wonder what, like, I'll say the timeline when this happened, because the quality of, the pirates are fighting, because you all know a Conqueror's hockey user could just knock out, like, we saw Luffy knock out 50,000, So if it's how impressive this is, either way it's still impressive, because Gaban may not be a Conqueror's hockey user himself, so he may not have the ability to just knock them out. But I do believe it's going to be, the fact that it's such a famous story, Jim May saying it's well known, that there's got to be some quality pirates here for him to take them all.
Yo, what's up with you and Leno, bro?
Twinning,
Like,
bro.
yo, y'all both choking and dying.
Yeah, I got a weird itch in my throat. Yeah. Sorry.
It's gonna sound good for audio listeners.
Sorry. Yeah, to take that on. Shoot. My throat,
You
man.
drink some water,
Yeah,
man.
seriously.
Yeah.
He's dying over here for real.
Anyway, I don't know why it's itching. But yeah, right? The qualities of it, but also take on those 100 pirates, right? So, one I want to add first, interesting to have Gaban's personality here, that he seems like he's the adventure type like Roger and Luffy, right? He says the reason how he explained it is like, because he likes going on adventures, he likes exploring, that's what I do, right? But he also likes getting all the facts into the situation, right? Like he warns people, he's trying to warn Roger, he's trying to warn Luffy about what are you getting into. So to me, it's like he likes to gather knowledge or information before he kind of just jumps into things. He's ready to go, but like, all right, let me not do this completely blind. Let me get the information, the facts of the situation, and go into it, right? But where do we see it? Who else does that? Where else we see that besides, a pirate who did the same exact thing, right? I thought of Shanks. I thought it was very interesting how Shanks, even with Kid, was getting a background check of all what there is to learn about Kid, right? To me, it's shown here that Shanks possibly did learn from all three of them. He learned from Roger, he learned from Ray, and he learned from Gaban of how to conduct himself as a warrior, a pirate, all that stuff, right? Because Shanks even noted that one thing that he saw of Luffy, that Luffy reminded of him when he was a kid, right? So Shanks' younger self is probably similar to like a Luffy and Roger, but growing up on a pirate, he knew also the dangers of staying that way, right? So he learned from Gaban, yeah, I want to jump into those things. Like even said like when Shanks was younger, right? Noting similar personalities to like Shanks and similar personalities to like Roger and Luffy. When he hears about Blackbeard and how he doesn't sleep, he mentions, he gets to have double the fun, right? So the adventures that want to go explore everything is in Shanks, right? But gathering the facts and what he learned is like there's wisdom in that. That's a wise decision to make before you just jump into things. Also too, how Shanks wants to protect things, but also not putting things in danger, right? So I thought that was interesting, and then we see like that opens up to how Shanks learned about from Roger. We've seen divine departure, gathering information similar to Gaban, and we've seen similar style, also even teaching maybe sorcership of Ray. So shows the why Shanks is probably such a great pirate, because he learned from all these people, right? Hopefully Momo, we saw an example of that with Momo learning we saw a little bit from Luffy and Zoro, right? So I just thought that was very interesting that Shanks is going to be a model of that, and how we see the better of all worlds of that way, because we see Luffy, he's mainly just the adventurous type. Lionel mentioned before that Zoro he would break down Luffy, the warning, everything. But Zoro's not so much that way, but Zoro's was like, there is a reason why you want to be cautious and not underestimate people. You want to dive into it. Sanji, I feel like, is the more of where, like, like, for example, you hear a backstory or information, Sanji will listen to it. Where Zoro and Luffy, Zoro will probably fall asleep, Luffy would go out. So, like, Shanks is probably the image of all of them, of how you want to conduct yourself, as in, like, I am all three of these, So I thought that was very interesting, right? How Shanks taken after all three, the top three of the Roger Pirates, right?
Yeah.
So now going into two, like, now this opens up, going back to the strength thing, right? I love the fact that we're about to see a possibly Gaban versus Luffy, right? That he wasn't just here to, like, for example, we didn't get this with Ray. We got him training Luffy, which is dope too. I like that. But we're about to see Luffy and Gaban, like, fight, I don't think Zoro's going to jump in. I think it should, Zoro better not, I think it should just be Luffy and Gaban going at it. I think that would be doper than him taking on both of them, right? But so that opens up, like, one, the hype of Gaban and also them three, but also two, it'll hype up Ray's your status. Because to me, I believe Luffy's hands down going to go gear 5th, or going to have to go gear 5th against Gaban, depending on what level he really wants that key and how much he's going to push him, right? But also, two, it opens up as in Ray's strength, right? We're going to see more of it going into, so you guys gave me some pushback between Ray versus Kizaru, right? To me, this could level up Ray's strength, because I know, he's older, and the main thing I know you guys said, it was a part of that Ray's old and hasn't been active, right? But what makes you believe that Gaban has been active less or more than Ray, To me, it's like, and Ray's supposed to be, in a way, stronger around the same level, but if you want to go the hierarchy, Oda went gold, silver, copper, or bronze, That, yes, they're on the same level, but there is a difference in strength. Roger's the strongest, Ray's in the middle, and Gaban is the third strongest, right?
Yeah.
So then, if this dude, Gaban, goes crazy with Luffy right now, right, at this age, right? Because the reason why, we've seen a lot of comparisons, too, with, the whole, we already saw before, Luffy, Roger, Zoro, Ray, and Gaban, Sanji. But also, too, I'm sorry, I'm going to steal this from you, Lionel, because I don't even touch this, because, like, if they're even going at silhouettes or, like, how they match each other, we don't know Gaban's age now, but if it's similar to how Luffy and Sanji are, Luffy and Sanji are the same age now. If they're linking the same thing, that Gaban and Ray could be the same age as they are right now.
Luffy and Sanji are the same age.
Did I say Sanji? Luffy, I meant to say Zoro and Sanji are the same age. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, that Zoro and Sanji are the same age, that Gaban and Ray could be the same age, right? Ray's like 78 now, right? And if you do the math, right, he's the same age, he's 78 now, 64 will be the time where Loki rampaged, right? And the time where, hold on, what did I write? The time where Loki rampaged, and 72, 6 years ago when Shanks stopped him. So either or, right? 72 when Shanks fought Loki, and 64 when after Harold's death, right? So that's the age would be around that time that Gaban was back then, right? But he's 78 now. So I'll compare it to match of, like, what we could potentially see Ray's strength going into through Gaban, of, like, is he going to be Admiral level or not? Like, if we did, like, you guys said that was crazy for Ray taking on Kizaru, or thinking he could beat Kizaru, but we're gonna see an example of it with this fight with Gaban and Luffy. So, yeah, that's all I had to say.
All right, Seb.
I got a couple things. So, one, Mountain Eater is a wild nickname for a dude who married a giant.
Yo, facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Bruh.
I'm sure Ripley is pleased with that nickname. That's all I'll say. He's very likely the man that Shanks referenced, where he said he met with an old friend on Elbaf. We've probably got confirmation of that.
Yeah.
I really enjoyed that little lore drop about Gaban and Roger. Their relationship. It sparked a theory online. I don't know if you guys saw this or not. But essentially, the theory is that mountain range that Gaban cleared out with those pirates was on Drum Kingdom. And that Roger was sick and he went to go see Dr. Kureha back in the day at that time. because
Interesting.
Roger Sick needed to go to the island because he was, you know what I mean? And 𝙏𝙗𝙪 is the first person to refer to Roger as Goldie Roger.
Okay.
So it's like
That's a good theory.
this, you know, and there's trees there. Now they've grown back likely if he cut them all down. But I could see that because I can't envision a scenario where like it would need to happen where like Gaban has to go out and fight them unless Roger was sick.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like unless Roger, and they kind of alluded to him being treated at this time, right? So I kind of like that. Plus,
Okay.
it also kind of parallels Luffy's journey on Drum Kingdom a little bit because his navigator, Gaban is the navigator of the crew, got sick, had to go up. It's just kind of the opposite. And like Sanji was there with him. He had to protect him as well from the Lafons and the snow. I like that theory. I thought it was dope.
That's a good theory.
Roger's left and right hands are just fire, bro. They just are to me. Like I really enjoy Gaban. I know we haven't gotten much of him, and I really love Rayleigh as a character. But I'm enjoying Gaban, and I know I'm a Sanji guy, so anything we get from Gaban kind of raises Sanji stocks a little bit. So there might be a little bit of bias there, but I do think in general he's just a really dope character right now.
Yeah.
And I like what Lawrence talked about with how adventurous he is, but he's still willing to take the notes. Assess the data, right? I like that element of him because that makes him feel more real as a character. Him essentially challenging Luffy, I expected it to happen for some reason, but I'm happy we got it. Not for the real power scaling reasons per se, but just because it'd be dope to see it. Like this is Luffy actively fighting to get something from a former Roger pirate. Like, how surreal is that?
Yeah,
like, it's not Rayleigh teaching you something. It's, yo, come get this key, bro. See if you can get the key. And I kind of hope Zoro in on it, too. I hope it's both of them versus Gaban.
I
don't need them to be... I didn't need to see Gear 4, 5. I expect... Any time Luffy fights, I expect Gear 5 to pop out now. Just because that's how Oda is now. But I don't need anybody to go all out. I don't need any definitive answers to any questions about where they scale. Because... one dude's old, these dudes aren't probably going to go all out here. But I want to see it. And low-key, y'all probably will not agree with this in the slightest. But for some reason, I thought back to Naruto. And when Kakashi had those bells on him and told Sakura, Sasuke, and Naruto to come get the bells. Because this is the OG 3 of One Piece, and that's the OG 3 of Naruto. I thought that was just... I don't know why I went there because it's not really the same situation. I don't anticipate Nami doing anything here, but I thought that was cool. Will the fight be interrupted? I mentioned the God's Night and the summoning circle that popped up, like that's still there. Will the fight be interrupted potentially by another person crashing the party?
I think so.
The fact that he's fighting with the key in place of his axes, I thought is dope. And I know you brought up Final Fantasy earlier. My mind went to Kingdom Hearts. And I was like, yo, this dude really fighting with the Keyblade. Like, that's so dope, man. Like, I would be with that. Shamrock and Gonko mentioned targeting kids. And for whatever reason, at the end of this chapter, I don't know why I didn't bring it up earlier, but I realized at the end of the chapter, they talk about kidnapping kids. Does that mean Colin is going to be, like, the target? He's, like, the kid that we've identified with the most here. He's got connections to Shanks. He's Gaban's child. He has some parallels with Luffy. How would Gaban react to that? You know what I'm saying? I could see that happening. People have theorized that because he's left the island and gone back to Wano and he has the scar on him, that he's the man marked by flames. I don't know where you guys sit on that. I'm kind of...
No, I don't know.
I don't see that personally. Nah. Again, I just don't like the idea of the Roger Pirates being straight up duty bound like that. And Gaban seems to be kind of chilling. I don't think he's out here just sailing the sea and sinking ships because he's trying to get his poneglyph. But I could be wrong. I could be wrong with that. I would rather there just be another like near top tier character that Oda introduces that is that person. But that's me. I still have my theory that it's a former Marine Admiral, but we'll see. But overall, shout out to Gaban, bro. Shout out to the Mountain Eater. Shout out to the Roger Pirates. Any lore we get from them is fire. Yeah. I'm excited to see what happens next. I'm excited to see how this fight plays out and if we get a definitive answer. And like to Lawrence, your whole thing about how we could scale, like I get we can do that, but like unless Gaban outright says that he's like not what he was, you know what I mean? Like, we'd have to get more definitive statements from him about where he is in conjunction to how strong he used to be. Like, Rayleigh has given us that, where he's tired out. He basically has outright said, yo, I can't compete at the level that I used to, on multiple occasions. If Gaban gives us that, then the scaling just becomes whatever. But if Gaban's like, yo, I can still fight at the same level I used to because of eating Elbaf fruit or something, like, it just, there's no way. You know what I'm saying? Unless we get those definitive, like, statements from them as to where they are with their current power level. Because if he's able to just do what he was doing 20-something years ago, we can't scale him to what Rayleigh is now. You get what I'm saying? But I'm not even saying that's the case. I'm just saying I need more, like, statements about where he is currently for me to have any suggested, like, scaling in this way. But that's me. But that's it for me. Chapter was great.
All right, Lionel.
I'm really sure you guys pretty much said everything I thought of, honestly. That's fair with the whole Elbaf, like, nutrition, because that does factor in a lot, because you're getting nutrition for giants, matched on a regular human. I don't know, because he's been here for 20 years. That might debunk, unfortunately, Broker's theory about him getting big, but I don't know how long it takes. But, like, because who's eating as much as Big Mom. She could have been 8, like, 1 week. Like, you know, like, how much Big Mom's eating, but we don't know. But
they might have stopped giving people that food because of her.
Yeah, probably. I don't know. But but you guys said a lot. I was gonna say. I just found it interesting. Like, he got his appetite kind of late in the game, though. Like, Mountain Eater, he got it towards, like, when Roger was sick. Like, what was his appetite before that?
That's my theory, though. You know what I'm saying? It could have been that could have been early in the journey here.
No, but they said that when Roger was sick, he took 100, and that's when they started calling him Mountain Eater.
They said when he needs to heal, though.
Yeah.
Not really saying he was
They
sick.
didn't say he was sick.
Yeah,
he just
they
needed
said
to
he
heal.
I was going by sick. I think I'm reading
Sebastian
about
thought the healing was him because he was sick.
Yeah.
But people thought he was
technically
wounded.
the theory works better with the fan translations. But it still could work. It's just not
okay,
the
because you
same.
said he just got wounded. Okay, that's different.
Yeah.
Honestly, that made me also a little bit of the whole Sanji thing. Two things. You said when you made a reference to the doctor lady, I thought of
Dr.
Luffy.
Freya?
Yeah, I thought of wow, what's that?
Hiralik?
No, not that. I'm thinking of I'm gonna say I forgot the name of it. Big Mom's Island, when Luffy fought Katakuri, and Sanji tried to save Luffy from the aftermath of all Big Mom's kids trying to attack Luffy. So not even Roger could take out all these people after fighting after all this. And Sanji tried to help Luffy out of the mirror room and try to fight, and he kind of like fighting them, trying to save Luffy getting out of there. I made that reference. That's what I thought of.
Okay.
I mean, and that was not the same, but like I thought it just like Sanji and pretty much Gaban were both saving their captains from a crazy situation, surrounded by enemies while they're at their weakened state. That's what I thought of, and that's the nod I gave to like that's similar to what Sanji did, what Gaban did to Roger. Because I don't know if Roger wasn't sick, who did he fight that he got wounded this bad, or if he needed to heal. But and I think I don't know if I have anything. I don't remember if I have anything else. But oh yeah, I was gonna say, but also like the left hand and right hand. I'm gonna try to be quick, but goes into the whole Zoro and Sanji thing. Like, you know, people thought like Jinbei right here is replacing Sanji. This is kind of signifying like, yo, like Luffy's always gonna have his right hand man. I mean, left and right is Zoro and Sanji. Like, just as how Gaban is like similar to Sanji and Rayleigh similar to Zoro. Like Jinbei's there, but like it's a different setup.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like, because I don't know who's the other person in Roger's crew that's like that. But like, so like, what do you want to say?
Odin.
No, he doesn't count.
Hey man,
He doesn't count.
late to the game.
He doesn't count. No.
No. Where's kimonos and all that? No.
You're stupid. But yeah, I want to let Larry get to his thing because I want to hear his own theory.
All right, so this story of Scopper taking down hundreds of pirates while his crewmates were resting is essentially the same story of Zoro at Whiskey Peak pre-time skip. Remember, Zoro and crew just got there at 8 and drank themselves into being unconscious. So Miss Monday, Mr. 9, Mr. 8, Vivi, and 100 Baroque Works bounty hunters tried to attack them, but Zoro said a swordsman never drinks himself to stupor and took all of them on by himself. Scopper took them pirates on by himself. Then you have Scopper with more than one weapon, and Zoro does have more than one weapon with his 3 swords. The only thing Zoro didn't do was make the mountain near him bald, but they both fought near a mountain. Scopper gained the nickname Mountain Eater, and during Whiskey Peak, that's when Zoro's nickname Minority Hunter started to form.
Yo,
It's kind of poetic now if you think about it.
Man. I was wondering where you was going with this, man.
It's kind of poetic, isn't it? Huh? All right.
That's crazy.
The key standing upright in the middle of the treasure room kind of reminded me of Super Mario a little bit, specifically Super Mario 64. Additionally, it is highly unlikely that anyone was aware of this room except for a select few, as entry was restricted and the Sun Village did not receive many visitors since it's mostly unknown to all people except people who live in Elbaf. Therefore, it is reasonable to conclude that the individual who stole from these chests is the same person who knew about the room's existence. Scopper is a pirate after all. So he undeniably did it.
Yeah, that's
All right? I want to touch base with this comment made by Oimo about Scopper standing shoulder to shoulder with Rayleigh and Roger. Power scaling interpretation is at its best right now. Of course, there are so many examples to pull from, and many translations that tell their own way of what's being said. But let's ground ourselves for a second, gentlemen. If we know the Straw Hat Pirates are supposed to take after the Roger Pirates, then we should just use the Straw Hats as a base for what this statement means. Luffy, Zoro, and Sanji stand shoulder to shoulder.
Yeah.
However their strength is coordinated, that's what the Roger Pirates are. Nothing more, nothing less. Let's move on. Luffy is the pirate king to be, and Zoro's his right arm while Sanji is his left arm. Zoro and Sanji have been labeled as the wings of the pirate king, as Lawrence stated. So, I think when you look at it from that standpoint, Scopper wasn't on the same level as Rayleigh or Roger, but he held a position of power within the crew and was able to be counted on just as much as Rayleigh was on their adventures. The same way Sanji is for Luffy. Anything more is just trolling in my opinion. Don't make it more than what it is, even though the toxicity can be enjoyable at times. Finally, to end my point, I understand it could very well still be possible that this man could have some influence on Elbaf at some point. But if I may speak for everyone at this table that isn't Sebastian, we are smoking on that Shiki pack tonight. Woo!
Why? Why are we smoking on Shiki
We
pack?
told you Shiki wasn't the man in the straw hat.
I didn't
From
say he
jump.
had to be.
We told you multiple times that this was someone of more importance, and you denied the context of the story.
This is wrong.
You had too much dip on your chip.
This is wrong.
Too much dip.
This is wrong.
All right? Too much dip.
Hold on. Go back to the tape.
Listen, man.
I said the dude in the
Listen,
hat
man.
did not need to
Listen,
be Shiki.
man.
I said it on multiple occasions.
Listen, man. All I know is we can all bask in the waters of misery that Sebastian has flooded through our pools. All right? But I can't wait to see how strong Scopper is in comparison to Rayleigh, since Rayleigh only fought a Luffy at G4 without the power-ups he received at Wano. Scopper is getting the whole package right now, so I'm hyped for the next chapter in 2 weeks. That's it. That's all I had to say. I'm hyped. I loved it.
Yeah, it was fire.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
Listen, just know, I said from jump that the dude in the hat did not need to be Shiki. Said from jump. I just need Shiki to be in the Shanks lore.
However you want to push the field goal back,
No,
that's okay.
Am I
That's
wrong?
okay.
No, hold on.
That's okay.
When I read my theory, did I not say that?
It's okay, bro.
Did I not say that?
It's okay, bro.
I said that.
Listen, bro, we accept you for who you are.
Oh my god, bro. Go back to
Alright.
the tape. Go back to the tape.
It's all right, baby girl.
I'm gonna screen record it.
To bring it all the way back, right, Lana?
I'm screen recording
It's all right, baby
and
girl.
I'm sending it.
Uh-huh.
Baby girl.
Yeah. All right, but anyway.
He knows your situation, man.
All right, so should we do my mural theory first, or should we do the super chats after?
You tell us, bro.
What do you think is best? All right, guys, chat right now. I could read a lot of the super chats and then get to the mural theory, or I could read the mural theory now and then get to the chats. What do you prefer? You want to put that poll out?
Bro. Convoluted ass poll.
Super chats, then theory. Run through chats, theory now, mural. Yeah, you got to put this in because it's so undecided right now.
Yeah.
Chats for a break. Oh, chats for a break.
All right.
Yeah, let's
I
do
feel like
chats.
that works. We'll do chats for, what do you want, 10 minutes, 5 minutes? What do you want to do?
We'll do it for like 5 minutes. Give it a little breather.
All right, prepare yourself, bro. Okay, we'll get back to super chats now. At 8:20, we'll get back to Larry's mural theory. All right, so we got 9 from Juan Retana. It says, I think Loki is the next Nakama. 1, because it seems like Luffy is going to free him, and 2, because he's the best fit to fight San Juan Wolf. He will tap into his ancient giant energy to defeat him. I don't see Loki as next Nakama, although it would be pretty cool, but I don't see it. Dude's out here getting compared to Kaido and stuff, bro. Like, it's too. If I said what I said about Yamato, gotta say what I'm saying. You know what I mean?
Gaban just said the Wicked wouldn't even dare to free him.
This is adding LeBron to the KD Warriors, apparently. Another 5 from Alan Wells. It says, Cerberus will leave Shamrock for his true master Zoro, the king of hell, like Zeus left Big Mom for Nami and Samehada left Kisame for Killer. These swords ain't loyal, man. I don't see that happening. But yeah. Another 5 from Wise Life Jody. It says, you guys surprised Rayleigh is not supreme grade blade user. I feel like he has everything he needs in order to achieve this feat. Hashtag Larry Tax is back with the crying emoji.
I don't know anything about swords at this point in my mind. Nothing makes sense.
I mean, there's a limited number. There's only 12. So
even so, it's like even if he had like a,
Yeah, I ought to be playing fast and loose.
Yeah,
with the swords,
like
bro.
I don't even know about the swords anymore. It is what it is.
Yeah, bro.
Like I just accept it the same way I accept bounties at this point.
The second Zoro picked up Shishui, I knew that didn't matter too much to me anymore.
Yeah,
Not even in a disrespectful way. It's just like clearly Zoro's not the top of the game, and he has one of these things now.
correct.
So,
yeah.
Anyway, another 5 from Luis Gonzalez. It says 28 and finally bought my first house. Congrats, man!
Hey,
Congrats,
congratulations, bro.
Even with the Larry tax. Speaking of homes, where would the Straw Hats settle down? Much love from Texas. All right, that's a convoluted answer.
Australia, didn't we? Kind of.
What?
I don't think he means in America, bro. I mean in the world, like our world.
It'd be the freest country.
Within the Elbaf, in the One Piece world. I don't know, bro.
Wherever the freest country is.
Luffy would settle down in whole cake, bro. It's mad food.
It's not chocolate and stuff. That's not meat.
There's islands of meat there.
It's gonna be Elbaf, the biggest.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah, it
bro.
would be. I think Elbaf is a good point.
Another 7 Canadian from Garnett House. It says, new intro goes so hard. All that Larry tax has gone to good use.
Yeah, most of it does.
Thank you. Another 5 from Brooke the Celestial Dragon. It says, do you think there is a devil fruit made from the will of or dreams of celestial or CDs desire to rule the world, and that's what made Emu? Maybe. It's very possible. Based off Vegapunk's theory. Another 5 from Questy Toasty. I think I said that right. You guys think Scopper's design is inspired off of Master Roshi with the Hawaiian shirt and the Minister of Love thing? Hashtag Larry Tax, hashtag Zoro Top 15, hashtag Luffy over Kaido. Yeah, I can totally see some Master Roshi inspo here.
A little bit.
A little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Another 2 from Project Iceman. It says, thoughts on the Super Bowl? Worst Super Bowl in years, bro. Honestly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's pretty bad. Another subscription to Warlord status from Dr. Threat. So welcome. Enjoy all the emojis that come with being a Warlord. Another 2 from Fremos. It says, Larry, when are you dropping the OnlyFans link?
What?
Okay.
That's wild.
It was her own shout. Let's read this one and I'll go into theory.
Yeah. We got another 5 from DJ. It says, I miss Drake's big booty Latina music. I don't know which one of y'all is a mountain eater, but I know there's a mountain eater on this panel. It's me. It's definitely me, bro. It's definitely
What
me,
the
bro.
heck?
Definitely
All
me,
right.
bro.
All right, guys, are you ready? I hope so. So what I'm gonna need y'all to do is to go to the mural. Like, if y'all could just pull up the mural on y'all phones so y'all can follow what I'm saying. It's not going to be super complicated. I'm not going to point out things like crazy, first and foremost. But I'm going to need you to pull up the panel of the mural. And then I need you to also pull up Anel's murals that he had on the moon. So if you could do that real quick, you'll follow me. Everything will be super smooth. And I promise we'll all go to the same destination. So it's just for your helping. That way you can notice what I'm talking about. All right, here we go. This is what I see in the One Piece mural. Before I break it down, I want to give us a base to stand on, starting with what Ripley told Frankie. She stated that the mural, made up of drawings, was created by children from Elbaf during ancient times. These children carved the mural into the Atom Tree, also known as Yggdrasil, on Elbaf. Since we know Elbaf is based on Norse mythology, it made me question how these children would be even able or be even capable of telling the future. I mean, they are just children. To give further proof of what I'm about to say, I like to bring up a child who is capable of telling the future from another race already. That person would be Madame Charlie from Fishman Island. She was 3 years old when she found out she could use her abilities to tell the future with a crystal ball. She predicted at the age of 3 that Poseidon would be born within the Mermaid Princess, and that Roger would be born in 10 years. At the age of 4, she predicted the great age of pirates. She also predicted Whitebeard's death. So this proves that some children can indeed see the fates of the world. So what makes the children of Elbaf who drew this mural make them any different? Guess what? It doesn't. If anything, they had better fortune telling. Let me explain. In Norse mythology, there is a people known as Norns. Even though there are many of them, the most recognizable are known as the 3 giantesses who shaped the fates of mankind. Their names are 𝙭, Verdandi, and Skuld, with each representing a different perception of time. 𝙭 translates to happened, Verdandi means happening, and Skuld means what ought to happen. It means past, present, and future from another perspective. As you can see, the children drew 3 worlds representing all 3 on the Atom Tree. What's poetic about this is that the Norns lived below the roots of Yggdrasil and would carve men's fates. Coincidence? There's no such things as coincidences with Oda. These children were 3 girls who could each predict time. One could tell the past, one could tell the present, and one could tell the future. But it wasn't like Madame Charlie's predictions. I believe these 3 girls could also tell time through something called eternalism while combining their abilities. Eternalism is a philosophical concept that explains all moments in time, including past, present, and future, exist equally and concurrently like a fixed block of time where every point equally is real. Rather than time flowing linearly as we perceive it, in essence, everything exists in a 4-dimensional space-time continuum, and our perception of time passing is merely an illusion. The reason I think this is because of Yggdrasil being in the middle of the 3 worlds within the mural, right? Stay with me. It's stated that Yggdrasil, in Norse mythology, is upon which all things lay at the center of everything, hence why the Atom Tree is in the middle of the mural. Yggdrasil is supposed to touch all worlds simultaneously. So, I believe each world, past, present, and future, are happening all at once in the mural. For example, we see in the first world that there is a technologically advanced society, right? But there isn't any in the second world being shown. That doesn't make sense because we were told that Vegapunk's scientific achievements are said to be at least 500 years ahead of current technology, and he theorizes that the ancient kingdom's technology was even more advanced than his. If advanced technology exists in the first world, Why isn't the technology of the ancient kingdom depicted in the second world? And why isn't Vegapunk's technology shown in the third world? I think the Elbaf children are saying there were/are technologically advanced civilizations in each world, but it's being depicted only in the first world to mean it's through all worlds, hence eternalism. Now that we understand that 3 giant female children could tell time via past, present, future, and through eternalism, I want to focus on the details of it all, starting with the first world. It says, within the earth, there was fire. Mankind succumbed to greed and touched the forbidden sun. The enslaved prayed, and the sun god appeared. I believe, like most of you, that the mother flame is this forbidden sun mankind had touched during the first world. When Vegapunk told the root of his first sin, he said he dreamt of a source of endless eternal energy, and in his desire to push the world forward into the future, he flew too close to the sun. Then we see a picture of the mother flame. Within our mural, we see flames at the bottom of it, and it exists through all 3 worlds. The third world has this evil figure holding the mother flame in the palm of its hand, showing this has always been the root of problems in each period. So, the question is, if you believe the mother flame originates from the planet itself, who harnessed it? In my opinion, I believe it was the Lunarians who created the first mother flame. Hear me out once again. In Enel's cover story, he goes to Fairy Verth, otherwise known as the Moon. Once he lands, he runs into space pirates. After defeating the space pirates, he sort of befriends an automata who follows him around. During his onslaught, Enel notices a tunnel within the moon. He ventures in and sees that there's an underground city, and this moon city is called Burka. Enel discovers many more automata that are different from the ones he has following him, and he comes across some murals himself. These murals suggest that angel people constructed these automata utilizing a specific type of energy source. On the mural, we see Shandorians, Skypians, and Birkins. They created the automata for something and left them on the moon because they needed to go to the blue planet because they lacked resources. In the second mural, there appears to be a depiction of the mother flame in use, but we never see Lunarians with these 2 murals. The city of Burka is named after its inhabitants, the Birkins, to whom Enel is related to by heritage. So, there's a lot to unpack, right? If the Birkins were the angel people in charge, why were they creating automata? How did they get the mother flame? And why weren't the Lunarians in the murals? The angel people, particularly the Lunarians, were sent to the Blue Sea to search for resources. When Lunarians set their feet on the ground, due to their ability to withstand any type of environment and the ability to manipulate flames, they found the essence of energy within the earth and created the first mother flame. Given their duty to further its development, they dispatched some mother flames back to their Burka moon city and remained in the Blue Sea. Once the Lunarians came into contact with humans and sought to share their technology, the humans started to enslave themselves to develop a more technologically advanced society, which we see in the mural that 3 worlds are on. The humans decided one day that they didn't want to share the essence of the mother flame and decided to wage war on the angel people. Hence, why men succumb to their greed when they touch the sun. In the mural, the moon is present with mother flames around it. This indicates that Lunarians sharing the mother flame back to the Burka moon city, as well as the murals Enel was reading highlighting the ancient angel people using the flame to power their automata to go to war with the humans during the First World. In this era of widespread slavery, many individuals sought freedom, leading to a significant movement for emancipation. So they conjured up the idea of someone named Nika. They imagined what he would be for them, and through that belief, spawned the first devil fruit unknowingly. That devil fruit was the Hito Hito no Mi model, Nika. Vegapunk theorized that devil fruits are the manifestation of human desires that defies the sea's natural order. Each fruit represents a different branch of probable future human abilities. So to me, Nika was actually an idea. He never existed. He was conceived in imagination, sought and praised to. To me, there was the first devil fruit user of the Nika ability during the first world. Joy Boy of the second world, and now Luffy during the third world. Because the people needed a savior, the sun god appeared. To move on to the next quote, it says, the earth god raged, and with its serpent of hellfire shrouded the world in death and darkness, and they will never meet. As we all know, when there's a yin, there's also a yang. You can't have one without the other. People who oppose the sun god manifested through their desires for someone who could oppose this savior of slaves. Hence, the birth of the earth god, who became the first world's villain. The earth god used his serpent of hellfire to conquer the world afterward. We first saw someone do this within the Monsters manga created by Oda. When Mustachio summoned a dragon, he used it to murder people, to create fear throughout the areas that he was in. So this isn't the first time Oda's used this idea, but I believe that to preserve the world for someone who would take on the Nika fruit next to accomplish what the first Nika user couldn't, the first Nika user created the red line to separate the earth god's reach, also to slow the spread of the mother flame amongst the world. This is why it was said the earth god and the first Nika user, who was the sun god, will never meet. The first Nika user stayed on one side of the red line, and the earth god stayed on the other. Because the first Nika user and the angel people lost the war, the Lunarians decided to climb atop the red line as border patrol and vowed to never make mother flames again. That was the end of the first world. So, I'm gonna keep going, but y'all messing with it so far?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's so detailed. I love the Norns, they're called, the three girls.
Yeah.
I love that element of it. I haven't heard anybody say that. I heard some of these other elements from other people online and YouTube and stuff, but I love that part of it. The four-dimensional time-space visibility that these three girls may have had at this time. Because I think you even texted me, like, there's a part of this theory that nobody's talking about, or the mural, like the people who created it. Nobody's using that. Nobody's really speaking on that. So I love that part of it.
Lawrence spoke on it a little bit.
Yeah.
All right. So let me continue on. I'm almost done. Let us move on to the second world. This world is the ancient kingdom and where the alliance formed to create the world government. It says, within the void, there was breath. The forest god tamed demons, and the sun god spread the fires of war. During this time, people of the world sought a different freedom. Not one Nika could give them because he failed. They weren't slaves, but they were being oppressed by the earth god and its serpent of hellfire. People no longer wanted death and darkness, so a new hero arrived, but in a darker form. The form of revenge. This is the forest god. The forest god and the earth god battled for supremacy, which is why you see them blowing flames at each other. The reason I think this happened is because the earth god, forest god, and sea god all share the same evil traits of round teeth, dark-figured bodies, and evil intent. But the earth god and the forest god are attacking each other. So you can say that the forest god was an anti-hero who tamed the earth god's demons. But during this battle, people all over started to receive their own pieces of the mother flame to fight back against these evil figures. Hence why the sun spread the fires of war. At some point, the Nika fruit was received and revived through Joy Boy. The ancient kingdom, out of all the kingdoms, was the first to become a technologically advanced civilization that surpassed the first world's technologically advanced civilization, and it was due to one reason. That reason was because someone from the ancient kingdom had the no me devil fruit, the same one Vegapunk has. The reason I say this is because if you look at Enel's cover story, there's a huge time jump from when the automata are being built by Professor Tsukimi to when they are revived by Enel. Look closely. The island that Professor Tsukimi is on is Katakuri Island. This island is the hometown of Vegapunk. But here's the catch. Katakuri Island is considered a winter island. Vegapunk had to create a geothermal device to heat the island, but never finished it. But in Enel's cover story, Katakuri Island isn't a winter island. For that to happen, it would take hundreds of years for climate change to happen. But to get to my point, when the first automata made by Professor Tsukimi hundreds of years ago went to the moon, they ran into space pirates. On the hat of the space pirates is a Jolly Roger head shaped like Vegapunk's. But the thing is, Vegapunk is only 65 years old. So it would have been impossible for him to be alive hundreds of years ago. Hence, this is proof that there was someone during the Second World who had Vegapunk's Devil Fruit and used his scientific genius to push their kingdom to the point of dominance. This is where it gets interesting. Remember how I told you that the angel people were on the moon and lost the First World War? Well, they happen to now be in touch with the Second World's Vegapunk-like figure from the Ancient Kingdom. The Ancient Kingdom likely sought weapons to fight other nations and ultimately defeat the Forest God and Earth God. So, the Ancient Kingdom's Vegapunk handed out Mother Flames to Water 7 to build Pluton. Burka Moon City used their Mother Flames to develop Uranus, and Joy Boy discovered Poseidon on his travels to Fishman Island. Remember how I told you that Enel was a Birkin? Guess who else is a Birkin? The scientists on Weathria. They built an entire island off of something called weather balls. They were experts in weather, and when they needed resources, they'd come down to the blue planet, just like the ancient angel people did in the murals I mentioned earlier. Enel, from our knowledge, has never been to Weathria, but he was able to create the Arc Maxim, a ship that's able to fly. Also, does he somehow just have a weather ability? Coincidence? Remember, Oda doesn't do coincidences, bro. Enel's Arc Maxim is inherently in the blood of all Birkins since they are masters of weather. And the ship of the lookalike Arc Maxim that we see in the mural is none other than Uranus. And this is where it gets crazy. The Ancient Kingdom thought they would finally be free of the tyranny brought upon by the Earth God, the Serpent of Hellfire, and the Forest God. But then something happened. A mistake, maybe. I think Uranus was used against the will of Joy Boy and his allies. All of these nations who were against the Forest God and Earth God now knew the real enemy was the Ancient Kingdom. Why? When Uranus was used, it raised the sea levels by 200 feet. That weapon was used on the Triangle of Gates of Justice. What's that island that's missing that has a huge hole in it?
And he's Lavi.
And it's Lavi, exactly. So, thus sinking other islands, other nations, ended up being destroyed from this mistake. It drove all nations to rally together against the Ancient Kingdom, hence why the Noah was built. Joy Boy said he failed, and Nefertari Lily had to create indestructible artifacts to tell the true history and why the Mother Flame disappeared. It was during the Void Century that everything came to pass. So what did Joy Boy do? Just like the first world Nika Fruit user, he entrusted his next user to finish the job. He split the sea again. But this time, he used Poseidon to create calm belts to further protect everyone from the world government and to protect the people from the ancient weapons from misuse. It would also explain how the celestial dragons are called celestial dragons because of the Serpent of Hellfire. The next quote is this: "Those of half moon dreamed, those of the moon dreamed. Man killed the sun and became God, and the sea god stormed, and they will never meet." The people who knew the truth were the D clan members, who are also called the half moon people. The moon people are the angel people who dreamed. After a man killed Joy Boy, they ruled the earth by becoming the largest and strongest nation in the world. The sea god came from evil desires and reigned over the earth god and forest god. He tamed them both. But throughout all of this is why the sun god and the other gods will never meet. And now we have our third world, our world. This is where everyone and their mom comes together after learning the voice century and what the One Piece is to finally defeat the gods who have plagued the world for hundreds and maybe thousands of years. Luffy will finally succeed where his predecessors couldn't. Thus, why they will surely meet.
Okay.
Listen, that was a lot, but I thought it was great. I thought it was great.
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of any real pushback that I have, and I couldn't think of anything.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking for a while, bro. Take a sip.
Yeah.
That was a lot.
Hey, man, listen.
It's a lot to dissect.
Yeah.
I like the element of the mistakes being made and the Earth God versus the serpent versus the Earth God, like the Forest God. I like that part of it. It's so much. I can't wait for you to chop it up so I can like replay the listen because it was so much to hear live just now. Normally I would take notes, but I haven't been taking notes. So. Y'all got anything specifically for Larry? Any comments? I really love the opening. Honestly, that was like my favorite part.
Yeah.
So.
No, because I was thinking back of what the sea god. I was trying to figure out that only because I'm curious about how it's written. I don't know how to, because this is after the sun god like was taken out. The sea god stormed, right? So I couldn't tell if it was an ally or like did it get mad that it got taken out, or did it like stormed because it like in a way it won, you know? And then I also thought of like, for example, for some reason I linked it towards abilities. Right, and how 𝙃𝙗𝙪 linked Mother Nature and the sea against the abilities, like the natural thing. So I was thinking of that kind of spawned abilities, and then the sea god's retaliation was all right stormed against the abilities wise is what I meant.
So I don't think I'm right on a couple things because it took a lot of guessing and a lot of backwood. Yeah. But you know what's crazy? When I saw the mural, right? And this was the first time I looked at it, and I was looking at all of it, and then I saw the stairs, and it was being powered by the Mother Flame. If you go back to when we first met Lilith, and Usopp and crew was on the escalator, Frankie was like, "Yo, what powers this?" And then Lilith was like, "Oh, it's a flame. It's an ancient energy source that we're using to power this." And it's funny that that's being powered inside of the mural. So I know I said a lot, and I'm going to chop it up, and I'm going to put like pictures to it and videos to it and stuff like that, so it's easier to like visualize and understand, because this is all just like your imagination.
Yeah.
But overall, I just think that the theory itself, I think there's some, I think it might be like kind of close to what the story is.
No, yeah, and when you,
I think I'm wrong on a couple things though.
No, it's very interesting because even when you were talking about the part that Sebastian likes about the thing, I believe that the voice of all things has a connection to what them carving on it as well. I think the voice of things plays a big role into it.
Another element that I really enjoyed was the thought process of Nika being created via the hopes and wishes of people, like spawning this person, essentially, or spawning this being, entity in the minds of the people. And the opposite, like you said, like you used to always talk about in your other theories, like the Joy Boy of the Dawn and the Joy Boy of the Dusk, right? So it's like, this would be that in this version as well. Like, why is there just a Nika? There should be somebody that's the polar opposite of that could be dreamed up, imagined, wished for, hoped for as the opposing party. So I never even thought of it like that. I used to, when you said the Joy Boy of the Dawn and the Dusk, I used to think of it a little bit, but like, I never went that far with Nika either. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't there be? Why wouldn't there be a polar opposite? Maybe that's just Emu. Maybe it's somebody else even before Emu. You know what I mean? So, hey, man, you good?
You want to go to the bathroom?
You want to take a couple minutes?
Shut up.
But we only got like 15 minutes left.
Yeah, let's do this.
Low key, we probably should have had you save this for next week when it was break week. But
yeah,
I enjoyed that though.
Yeah.
I hope you guys. I know everybody was waiting for it, so it took me it took a lot of work. Believe me. Like, I legitimately was, like, putting mad work in.
We're going to get back to Super Chats. We're going to read these off. We probably not going to be able to get the calls today, y'all. Sorry. But next week is break week, so it should be all calls all day. All right. So, we got $2 from Naughty LEB. It says, y'all think Gaban is equal footing to Rayleigh? Larry kind of summed up what I believe is a majority of our thoughts on this panel, that it's basically just the same parallels that we get for Zoro and Sanji, where Zoro's just stronger than Sanji. They're close enough in strength that they can stand shoulder to shoulder, but there is a clear stronger person. Mm-hmm. So that's my view. And again, I'm probably the biggest Sanji fan on this cast here. So another 5 from Hi, I'm Ren. It says, yo, been watching you guys for more than a year. First time catching a live this early. Keep up the good work, guys. Hashtag peekaboo, hashtag Latina lovers, hashtag BBC. Thank you, Ren. Hopefully you've been hitting that like button every time for the past year or so. Another 5 from Lance Schultz. It says, the power of the Gura has been downplayed ever since time it's used. They hold back because of unwanted collateral like the admirals in Marineford. Technically, when Whitebeard was using it, his crew had knowledge of how he would use it. So they had alluded to the fact that he didn't necessarily have to hold back. So I don't know if that's exactly the case. So
yeah.
But another 2 from 2XTV. It says, "Go Birds." I'm a Giants fan. Screw you, bro. But congrats. Another 2 from Gerardo Ramirez. It says, "Stussy snuck both Lucci and Kaku, and she is weaker." She's not weaker than Kaku to me, but whatever. Mm-hmm. We got another 2 from Gerardo. It says, Sanji a poor cook if he can't handle boiling H2O. Listen, boiling in a pot of water is not, it's not, it doesn't matter how good a cook you are, bro.
And also, Oda wasn't in water. He was in oil.
Yeah, Oden was in oil.
So that makes it way worse.
Another 5 New Zealand from Tio. It says, so the intro is where all the Larry tax was going. Definitely worth it. Keep up the great work, y'all. Making One Piece so much more entertaining. Thank you. I love hearing that. So appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you.
Another 5 from Wise Life Jody. It says, what's more likely, Mihawk was a holy knight or he is Rayleigh's son / Boa's brother? Hashtag Shanks and Loki stocks way up. Hashtag Larry tax hitting harder than usual. Hashtag Marv is emu. If I had to bet on it, I would say it's more likely that he's Rayleigh's son. I don't agree with the Boa's brother piece of it, though.
No.
Yeah. Mihawk's not going to be a holy knight.
Yeah. Another 20 from Futon's AMV636 says, hey guys, nice to see you. The reason why Luffy don't remember the circle is maybe because he has let control of Gear 5th, and I follow your live just for the debate to know if the next episode is coming next week. Yes, it'll be coming next week. I don't think it's that deep as far as why Luffy didn't remember. I think it's just in character.
Not that deep. Yeah,
for him not to
it's
remember
just his
that.
character trait.
Yeah. But thank you.
Yeah, thank you.
Another 20 from SC615. It says, Scopper is my favorite character after one issue. That's kind of crazy. Married a monstrous baddie, has the only kid on the island so far who ain't a wimp, and after meeting the main character he's been waiting for immediately says, square up, little bro. Hashtag Larry Tax. He's also
he's true.
Also taking care of his kids, bro. I feel like we don't give enough credit to that. This dude is actively on this island raising Colin.
Yeah.
Although we haven't seen them together yet, so I could be wrong on that. But still, I gotta give him props. Especially in One Piece, I gotta give him props for that.
He's a character so far.
Another 5 from Ramstetics. It says, if the Straw Hats fight the Holy Knights, how do you think Robin versus Gunko matchup would go? Hashtag Larry Tax, hashtag Law the Goat, hashtag Fire Intro.
Thank you.
I think Gunko would win.
Yeah.
Well, Robin would have to win, right? Can't let her lose. I don't know how the matchup will go, but Robin pulled, I don't know, bro. She grabbed the arrows. Another 10, Canadian from Zane. It says, Larry, I know you don't want to play with bad fans at Marvel Rivals. Well, I wanted to tell you that I'm top 500 and want to play. I'm not joking either. Look up my name. It's Baconator Meal. Let me carry you for real, for real. That's crazy that's your name on
Baconator.
If he really top 500, then I definitely won't play with him.
Check it out, bro. Check it out.
Yeah.
Another 10 from Creator Keon. It says, how I imagine Mr. Ya got with Ripley. How you doing, little? I can't whisper, bro. How you doing, little mama? Let me whisper in your ear. Tell you a little something that you might like to hear. You got a super hot body and your booty is real soft. I should have whispered it, bro. I'm sorry. But thank you. Another 8 from Max Brown. It says, what if the portal in the throne room was always there and explains what really happened to King Harold?
I don't think that's true, but
It's not impossible. I just wouldn't.
I think you just need to be there, like Kuma's ability.
Yeah. Another 5 from Jose Lopez says, but law, your shades. It's okay, Sebby Webby. It's just shades. The convo in the pool after Seb almost drowned. Hashtag Lonely Lifeguard.
You guys are so stupid. You really brought that up last episode.
He did, because he's so petty, bro.
Yeah, it's so funny, bro.
Oh, man. Another 10 from Caleb Ellison.
Yo, Law, you gotta start calling Sebby Webby, bro.
Terrible. Hey, guys, first time joining it live. I listen on Spotify and have a lot to catch up on. Can't wait to join the community. Y'all made love. What? Oh, the community y'all made. Love y'all. Keep up the fantastic work.
Thank you.
I read that so
Appreciate
wrong.
you, Caleb.
Thank you, yes.
Thank
And join the Discord.
Caleb,
yeah. We got another 10 gifted memberships.
Yo, Roy, thank
from
you for the 10 gifted
You
memberships.
already donated $100 earlier, so
Yeah,
thank you again.
bro, you always doing work.
Throw the knock my fist. Another 16 months at Warlord status from Luffy Nick. It says, Larry, since you believe Ya is Yonko level to take down Kaido, do you believe Zoro and Sanji should be Yonko level eventually?
Most definitely.
Larry didn't say that, though.
Yeah, I didn't think Kaido was Yonko level back then.
Yeah.
Lionel did.
I mean,
But let's keep it going. We ain't got much time.
So we got another 11 months at Nakama status from Project Nemesis. It says, Seb, look at the camera, smile, and say Drake. Terrible,
No,
bro.
it's that camera,
It's
bro.
this one?
Yeah.
It's too late now, bro. It's too late. Another 2 from Toasty. It says, what? Gaban and Rayleigh duo current versus Kaido. Who you got? Kaido.
Gaban really right now
Yeah.
versus Kaido right now?
Yeah.
Kaido.
I'm gonna go Kaido, bro.
Yeah.
I gotta see what this dude got going right now real quick before I start leaning in that direction.
Word.
Another 5 from Mr. Magpie. It says, hey guys, Nika is shown with a lance and a sword, and Joy Boy is shown without them. Do you think Luffy gains destined weapons? Maybe in Giant Land. Hashtag godly arms.
Luffy already got his weapons in his fist.
Mitts.
His mitts.
I used to think that Luffy would get like a pole, like a staff, like Sun Wukong, but probably not, bro.
That's not him.
It's not really how he go down. So sorry, I'm gonna reload these super chats. We got a lot, bro. I gotta burn through these. Another 5 from Noel for Life. It says, if Scopper has Conqueror's Haki, is confirmation that Sanji will get it. One, it's not, and 2, I don't think he has it. Another 5 from Kirby. It says, this Gaban got Shiki Streets in shambles. Hashtag no law. Hashtag twin tariffs. Hashtag Sebi tax. Hashtag Lair Bear bans. Shiki's still coming through, bro. Maybe not in canon, not like in the arc itself, but in a flashback, yo. Shiki versus Shanks happened. I don't care. 2 from Supa. It says, love to see the whole TOPT crew together. Hashtag ow. Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Another 5 from Inferno Knight. What's up, y'all? How would you feel if Luffy and Shanks formed an alliance like Kaido and Big Mom? I would not care for that, personally.
To do what?
Don't know. Another 1 gifted membership from Supa, so thank you. Enjoy the whoever gets that membership. Another 5 from Glossy says, you can tell how much BS Seb goes through with you guys, with how much they say whether y'all want to acknowledge it or not. Hashtag white fan tax. Hashtag Black History Month. Y'all stupid. Oh, man. Another 15 months at Nakama status from the Irishman. It says Whitey member milestone with the heart emoji. It's Black History Month, y'all. Another 5 from Tyrone Biggums. It says, oh my God, Mickey Mouse is Mexican. Happy Monday, boys. You guys take us away from the reality for a few, and I truly appreciate it. Hashtag Larry Tax. Thank you.
Thank you.
I don't know what the
Thank
Mickey
you.
Mouse is Mexican thing was. Oh,
Dave
Dave
Chappelle.
Chappelle.
Dave
That's-
Chappelle.
Another 5 from Squeak JD. It says, what up? I caught another live. Much love. 2 out of 4 of the boys got flown out. I'm gonna fly out the twins to make it 4 out of 4. Another 2 from Jay Darude. It says Larry Button and Sebademics. Wow, that's terrible. Another 5 from Rono Ronan. Didn't mean to send that twice, fellas, but oh well. Hashtag Sebi tax is real. Hashtag goats. Thank you. Another, yeah, he doubled up on the 50. that he sent. But it said the same text twice, so thank you. Another
Thank
two, Canadian from Smooth Weeb. It says 𝙏𝙚𝙪𝙢𝙗𝙪 equals tontadas plus giants equals dwarves. Maybe. Another 5 from Kirby. It says Gaban is a slow and old Blackbeard victim. Oh, I'm a strong, but I'd get washed. Rarely face ad. Happy Nika month. Hashtag go birds.
How's he a Blackbeard victim? What happened?
Because Rayleigh apparently is. So 5 from Luis Lopez. Just rewatched the intro again and again. So epic. Hashtag Larry Tax. Thank you. Another 5 from Beats by DJ. What's cracking, y'all? Who wins? Luffy fix stamina or Goku wait? Before y'all say no, remember I got dirt, Mr. Busted Open, and Larry. I know the IRS number. Hashtag Larry Tax.
Don't call him, bro.
It's Goku, bro. Another 5 from Jada Rude. It says, who do you assume could win in a fight? Monkey D family or the Figurlin family? Hashtag Larry
D
Tax.
family.
Yeah.
D family, bro. I ain't giving no for Garland's that stamp. They gonna have to go harder.
Sebastian say.
You can't just say Shanks, bro.
Yeah.
Like that's.
I'm going Figurlins, dog. Dragon gonna have to show me something. Another 5 from Gerardo Ramirez.
You a cop, bro.
As a Latino and other Latinos not liking Latinos insults me. My wife agrees. My white wife agrees. Not gonna lie, Gaban's current look is so awesome. Hashtag Larry Tax. Hashtag Latina Tax. Another 17 DKK from Void. What up, Void? What do y'all think of Big Mom appearing on Elbaf? I'm good. I don't know about y'all. Another 5 from Luffy Nick. Hey, Law, if I said your face reminds me of someone, am I talking about Lionel or Marv? What?
Probably Lionel.
Another 4 months at Knock Mustache from creator Keon. Thank you, Larry, Seb, Lawrence, Lionel, and Marv. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Another
bro.
2 from Zeke. It says, love y'all boys. Hashtag Larry Tax. Another 5 from Dope of 309. Man, before Fishman Island, the government was concerned Luffy was on track to reaching headquarters. Where do y'all think it is? Topped in O'Hara, BBC, Eva. What? Before Fishman Island, the government was concerned Luffy was on track to reaching headquarters. They're just close by. The Navy headquarters is near both sides. It just is. Like the red line, like right there in the middle. Another 2 from Kirby. Silly theory. Shamrock scarred Shanks, not Blackbeard. Hashtag Rat season. Terrible. Another 2 from Jay. If Emu has a devil fruit, Bonnie gonna be a problem. Yeah. Another 5 from Cyborg Frankie. Since love is in the air in honor of Gaban's Riz, who gets the most play out of the TOPT gang? Hashtag Snow Bunny Brigade.
Seb.
It was Larry for a long time, but I feel like I might have overtaken him.
It's definitely Seb.
Another 20.
He getting flown out, bro.
Another 20 from Justin Anderson. I have a theory about Mohawk I'd love to give. And has anybody read Vagabond? Also, recently bought a manga called Wanted by Oda. Was pretty great. I've read a decent chunk of Vagabond. I don't remember how far you've gone. Or you? I don't remember how far.
I never read Vagabond. It was
Oh, it was
Lionel.
Lionel.
Lionel myself used to read
Okay,
it.
yeah. It's pretty well. Pretty deep. I'm in the Musashi arc. Another 2 from Trap Shadow. It says the Dosandata theory. Blackbeard had Haiti and Loki skull. I'm not too familiar with Norse mythology
Those are
for that.
the
but
wolves.
Those are the wolves, right?
Yeah.
Another 24 months at Nakwa status from our guy Nerd Taku. It says, need Luffy to have a devilish smirk like K-Dot. Hashtag say Drake. Another 2 from Eli the Great. Roger Pirates chose hoes before bros. Hashtag Larry Tax. Hashtag Saint Larry. Another 5 bazillion volleyballs. Thanks for exempting me from the Larry Tax this week for giving you a BBL Latina. A big booty Latino, sorry. I told you that Torta was worth it. Hope you can handle it. Hashtag Larry Chill. Another 5 from Creator Keon. Loki equals Yonko level. Current Luffy equals Admiral level. Scopper equals Admiral level to Yonko level. Loki Unchained beats Straw Hat or Mountain Clipper in a 1v1. Hashtag agenda. Everybody has an agenda, bro.
Yeah.
Another 15 from Mr. Veg. Just want to say thanks for being consistently good. Thank you.
Thank you.
Another
Thank
5
you.
from Diamond Life. Gaban saving Roger and Ray probably happened against Sengoku and Garb. Also, do you think Ray, Gaban, and Crocus will ever meet up before end of series? I hope they do.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Another 14, Canadian from EL. What y'all think about the Giants and other nations? Sanwan Wolf and Morley are born in the West. Blue. What about Yeti Cool Brothers from Punk Hazard and Giant Squad and Marines? Now Hajrudin's mom is from abroad too. Yeah, there's a lot of Giants that just aren't art from Elbaf.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
They said there was other nations.
Yeah, another 5 from Smooth Weeb. Ripley thinks the mural was done by kids only because all races are working together, and that's something only a child thinks of, like Luffy's dream. That's what she said in the story. Doesn't mean she's right. That's her theory. Another 5 from Nimbus Jujubee. Are some theories concrete, such as the red line being destroyed, making the all blue, or Last Straw Hat having Kuma's fruit because of the number theory? The number theory, not so much. I do believe in the all blue creation theory.
Agreed.
5 from Creator Keon. Scopper, when he sees Ripley, do you love the way I do when I love your... I can't read this one. Loving your body. Hashtag Scopper is him. Hashtag Riz fruit be real. Hashtag Larry's cooking. Hashtag call Gordon Ramsay, please. We got another Nakama join the crew in VFS. Another 20 Canadian from Law MK. Seb probably messed my name up. We will see. It's pronounced Lawi. Oh my God. Lawi, like whatever. Go Birds. Thanks Giants for Saquon. 2025 Super Bowl champions. Hashtag BTA. Hashtag Cowgirls. Hashtag King of the NFC. Nor whatever, bro. Whatever. Like, share, subscribe. Hashtag Top on Top. Another 5 from Spencer Jones. Forget to say this, Larry, but I heard you talking about Kumar peeing on people on Rob's Marvel Rivals vid. What? Hashtag stop it. Hashtag get some help.
I'm gonna be real. I don't remember that.
I don't know. Yeah.
But it sounds like.
Marv, I'm sorry I'm over. I'm trying to read as fast as I can. Another 10 from Blind Shepherd. What do you guys think of the theory where the Nika fruit gives its user any power? Sun God, the Yami fruit takes power, Sea God, and the Emu fruit gives others powers. Forest God, maybe. I kind of like it. Another 5 from Lawi, whatever his name was. By the way, watching 1 hour and 45 minutes late at work. We'll see how you did on my name, Seb. Hashtag Go Birds. Hashtag F the Cowboys. Hashtag Thank You, New York. Hashtag Saquon Real MVP. Hashtag Top on Top.
You just keep coming
it's
at
terrible,
you.
Bro. Another 10 from VFS. Just figured out how to buy a membership. Rarely catch you fellas live. I watch all your streams. Scopper the GOAT. I'd eat Mountain Stussy. Okay, Mountain the Sea. Oh, man. Go swimming in that. Do you think Loki will be a good guy? Good is... Sure. Another 2 from Daniel Jackson. Donation from Seb's BBL Fund. Where's the DDT? It's coming. Another 5 from Lawi MK. I don't know, bro. Sorry for my language, fam. Won't happen again. Go Birds. Best One Piece podcast. Love y'all. And finally, another 10 from Lucas. It says, yo, Free AZ has a video. Why Luffy will have 31 crewmates. Blackbeard will be Luffy's final fight. Seb is correct, albeit bald. I didn't say Blackbeard will be Luffy's final fight. Anyway, thank you.
Yeah, thank you guys for
so
all
much.
the super chats.
Thank
Thank
you
you to Seb for reading all the super chats. It was a big chapter. We apologize for all of that, man. We really do. But we just want to say thank you for always doing what you guys do for us. Seriously. If you could just like the video on your way out, we appreciate it. We hope you have a safe and enjoyable night and also an enjoyable weekend for the week ending. We will see you next Monday. It's One Piece break week, so that means more super chats being answered. Definitely phone calls for sure. And you're not going to want to miss next episode, man. We're coming upon 200, so thank you, Mar, for letting us stay a little bit later just because of super chats. We appreciate you as always. And guys, this Wednesday, most likely me and Sebastian are going to do our part 3 of Discord's worst takes. So if you haven't been in our Discord, join it. But other than that, listen, guys, my name is Larry.
Lawrence.
Lionel.
Sam.
And this is that One Piece Talk where we talk One Piece.
Jana.
Ha!